Evening, gents. Evening. How we doing?
Yeah, not
Evening all.
bad.
Good, good. Well, this is not planned. I came off. I was on Bill's stream for a moment, and then I thought I had some dinner. Oh, I can hear me from somewhere. I think I'm hearing me from Dean. Did
Hang
someone
on,
else?
that was me. That was me. My iPad decided it was going to join in.
Good,
Hmm.
good. There's already a few people watching. Hello, everyone. Yeah, as I say, I just came in from work, sorted some stuff out. Ended up on Bill's stream somehow, and then I thought, well, why not just have a chat for a bit? And everything's content, so why don't we put it on the internet?
True. And let's get you to 1,000 subs.
Oh,
Absolutely.
we are very close. Where are we at present?
Oh, Elisa's joined us as well. That's lovely.
985. Oh, it's Alyssa. How you doing, Alyssa? If you want to pop in for a chinwag, Alyssa, you are more than welcome to. Yes, it was Burritos, Delver. They were lovely. And then you went offline, and you abandoned me. Oh, there's Skull. Hello. Oh, Graph Paper Architects there as well.
Mm-hmm. And the Dabbling Warlock.
Yeah.
I wonder if
yeah,
the
what was that?
Dungeon Delver would like to join us for our 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons game. What's 1,000 subscriber special?
Oh, there's Teddy. Oh, there's quite a few of you guys. I didn't plan this at all. They're just coming out of the woodwork. I'm sure Delver would love to hear about our dark elf evil paladins that we've got planned.
You got to respect the old ways. They were there for a reason. They paved the way for what has come since. And I'm looking forward to hopefully one day being invited to a proper old school game. Just a couple of sessions, nothing too serious, just to relive the glory days.
Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Want an invite on Delver's stream? I think a conversation between you and Delver would be really interesting. Because you're both very old school guys, but he is definitely, to put it politely, stubbornly stuck in his ways. And you have obviously had iterations on and gone back and forth on certain things.
And Second Ed was very much my bread and butter of the day. I did a little bit of first, but Second was on the scene and everybody was moving to Second at that point.
Second Ed is far too new for Delver.
Yeah. And I understand that it made some very big fundamental changes, but it was also very similar in many respects. But yeah.
Well, see, you can switch to view on Rumble if you like, Teddy, but then how will you get the crown? If you've not liked the stream yet, by the way, like the stream, guys. Stuck in the best ways, sure, Delver. Hey, it's Death Angel Shadow. That's a chap I wouldn't mind having in if he wants to come in. Because you were on Sci-Fi TV, weren't you?
I was last Wednesday night, US early Thursday morning, talking Babylon 5, and it was fantastic. Had a real blast. It's great to see Death Angels there, Shadow. Yeah, it was good to talk, just nerd out with a bunch of other sci-fi geeks. It was fantastic, really good.
Good, very good. Alyssa is apparently making meatballs with bacon. Very nice. I thought Vicky was going to bed. Why is she in the chat?
It'd be because she's in bed, but she's watching the stream from the comfort of a duvet and a pillow
lovely.
and warmth.
And several cats.
Yeah, I think when I last looked, there were probably 2 on the bed. Could be 3 by now.
Gonzalo, I am not familiar with you, sir, but Delver endorses you. I shall have to find you on some social media and perhaps we can have a little chat at some point. But other than that, I don't know about you two, but I'm knackered. It's only Monday.
Oh, yeah.
I think Brass is dead.
Mate. I'm just not knackered. That's what it is.
No.
Yeah,
You spent the evening in the gym.
Did you, Brass? But you don't get up till what? After midday?
Depends on the day. Tomorrow I'm getting up at 8.
That's a low blow, Dean. That's a very low blow.
12:05.
To be fair to Brass, ever since I've known him, he has always been a night owl. My default is a night owl. I'm only up early because I have to be. I would much rather be sort of sleeping out the day and being up throughout the entirety of the night.
2 a.m. is where all the creative sparks start sparking. I cannot write for shit in the middle of the day. I've got to wait till 2 in the morning when I'm passing out, and then all of a sudden, whoa, shit, that's a good idea. Write that down.
Oh, Nikki's here. Hi, Nikki. It is Nikita, isn't it? The Cyrillic.
Yes.
Something like that.
Yeah. I know I ask this all the time, and I get confused all the time. That's just because I'm getting old.
You're not old, Jack. You're not old by a long shot.
I feel it, man. I feel old. I feel as if I've walked this world a million years.
Now, see, I'm happy getting up 4 o'clock in the morning to do an interesting stream. I excel. You know, I might have a dip through the day. 20 minutes here, half an hour there, but first thing in the mornings, up nice and early. Yeah, that's when things really get done.
Your kind disgusts me.
I'm glad.
I, at the moment, struggle. Death Angel Shadow agrees with you, by the way, Brass.
Yeah.
True.
Death Angel, would you like to come in, man? Because we haven't had a proper chat in ever, I don't think. We've talked through text a bit, but never actually had you on the show. I think that my sleeping schedule is going to be whenever it happens very soon.
Yeah.
I have had many people. Every joke I hear is, "Hey, you're never going to sleep again." It's like, I know. Thank you.
It's not a joke.
It's not a joke. It's
the truth.
It's a cruel jab, is what it is.
Yeah.
You've got to look forward to about 8 years, 10 years maybe of this.
I don't know. Apparently they don't leave home now, so you got another 20, 30 years.
Well, my entire life plan now is to eventually sort of take over a portion of the Antarctic Circle. Was it the Arctic Circle? One of the two. The one without bears.
Antarctic. Yeah.
There we go. And we'll go from there. There you go. Death Angel. Death Angle. That sounds... Death Angle sounds quite sinister, actually. I've been chatted at. Talk about yourselves a moment.
No. I don't want to.
Yes. So, Brass, I heard you ran a good game on Sunday.
Did I? Oh dear.
Yeah.
Well, let me rectify that.
Yes. And
one of my players did say to me afterwards, he said, "You know what? This was a lot better than your usual shit sessions." And I was like, "Yeah, I agree."
Was that the Norwegian?
No, it was Baby DM.
You can't take anything Baby DM says seriously. All he knows is memes.
That's true. He made a new character. Okay, he's introduced his new character this game, and we told him, whatever you do, don't make him hostile to the group, like all of your other characters have been in like the last 2 years. And the first thing he does, as soon as you go in the dungeon, he's like, "You know what? I'm not getting paid enough for this. You're gonna have to pay me up front, pay me more."
And my character turned around and said, "You're welcome to leave." And then he went in for free. Oh, yeah. Oh, hey, bloody hell, Feifel's here. I missed a load of stuff. Feifel's here. Damien Demore is here, a recently launched VTuber. Very cute model. 986, says Delver. Thank you very much, Delver. Feifel, I'm glad Feifel's here. I do like Feifel's stuff. We've been getting a lot of Feifel out recently, and it makes a very dark world a lot brighter.
Yeah, it's got a certain style that I find
Citadel.
quite enchanting.
Nope, whatever I was going to say, gone. Let me see. Who's this? Hold on, I've got a pending. There we are. No, do talk amongst yourselves. I'm doing stuff in the background.
So, Dean, I heard you run some good Untold Destiny games. When do you run them?
We've fortnightly on a Sunday. So we started session 1 yesterday, which is testing our box set, introduction box set, which would also be part of the complimentary adventure at the end of the year. So I got some trusted players going through it, making sure it all works, making sure the rules are fine. So a little bit of balancing changes, but otherwise, do you know what? Everybody had a blast. The 4 hours that we have for our session just vanished so quickly, but it was fantastic. Everybody did a lot, and it was great. Just running. It felt, do you know what? It felt like how I felt when I ran AD&D. It really did. It had that classic feel. The rules were just perfectly in tune with what everybody was doing and the role play. So nothing felt awkward, nothing felt out of place. And the combats, they were actually, I mean, they're still, things can turn so fast in a combat, but the group worked well together. 3 warriors in the group and one cleric. So we got a ranger, a master at arms, and a Wilderland warrior. So quite heavy melee with range backup. And then the cleric is a cleric of Thelonious, which is the god of the god of volcanoes. So
Nice.
In one of the fights, a bunch of skeletons were kind of shooting crossbows, and he invoked his god's power, and lava, the floor just erupted in lava under the skeletons, and over a couple of rounds the skeletons just got absolutely burnt to pieces. It was really fantastic. The group worked well together. No wizard, but
no problems.
No problems, no annoyances.
I'm just to interrupt you quickly. By the way.
Oh,
yeah,
that's nice. I like it.
Also, welcome, Death Angel Shadow. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello,
How's it
good
going?
to see you again.
Lovely to kind of meet you. We've spoken before,
Yeah.
but not like this.
A few times. Yeah. Yeah. Here, let me change my background from the
I
Wednesday.
like that background.
That was a good.
Do you? Yeah.
Did
Did you? Yeah, that's my Babylon 5 background.
It's nice.
And then that's my virtual. It's over there. Not really over there.
Oh, it's a photo. You had me fooled. You had me fooled.
It's real. It's just real, over there.
So I didn't ask how big the room was, Vicky. I said I cast Fireball.
Yes. Didn't ask how big. Just asked where were the most bats.
Let's see, 26 by
I was going to say, what's he doing?
40 something. Cutting ceiling tiles here.
Yep.
I had to run down, so I just let the puppy dogs out and ate
Aw.
lunch. So,
Well,
I'm in a room that Burning Hands would quite happily fill.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I've been busy over the weekend, and then I was hanging up the projector. Saturday we went out and I met a couple. My wife and I went out to dinner with a couple that had just moved here from, of all places, Seattle.
That's a list. That's on a list of funny place names I was given, along with Wallonga.
Yeah, well, of course, this is the opposite end of the country. But I've been trying to recruit people to game with in real life.
So I'm going to make you my friends, and then you have to play with me.
Right? Yeah. Well, my dog liked them. She approved. So, the other one, my little dog, Thor, or as I call him, the Mighty Thor. He's my Chihuahua. He thinks he is. Every bit.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Then Lily's the poor. She's the one I rescued from my sister. But she approved of him, and she doesn't. She's a very, very
discerning dog.
Yeah.
I just to bring us into sort of the realm of the fantastical again. I've got an Icewall story for you, Alyssa. It was Icewall those devils were casting, wasn't it, Brass? It seems so long ago now.
Yeah.
I'll let you
Wall of
tell the
ice, wall of
story
frost.
because you're well, it's your game.
Well, I mean, there isn't much of a story. Jack's hyping this up too much.
It's hilarious though.
Basically, Baby DM, the guy who always has controversial characters.
Suicidal.
There was an ice devil. I don't know if anyone knows what that is in well, not just 5e, in D&D in general. Very high level ice demon devil, actually. And they can cast Wall of Ice, which is exactly how it sounds. It's a big wall of ice. And if you're caught in the wall of ice, when the wall of ice is raised, you're stuck in there and take shit tons of damage. But seeing this big old devil, these guys were level 5, by the way. And they saw this ice
It was a
devil.
while ago now.
Yeah. And Baby DM's character decides, I'm going to charge that thing. Without any backup, I'm going to charge straight in there. And for the whole fight, this is the one time I've ever stun-locked someone and not felt bad about it. He was stuck in that ice wall
Oops.
for probably about 2 hours.
But it did mean that he couldn't die.
Well, he could, but
Well,
they were leaving him to last because he's stuck in an ice wall.
exactly. So he was basically all right as long as we didn't lose the fight.
And the wizard had to fireball him out of there.
Fireball is the best spell.
Fireball.
Solves
I
every
have some-
problem, man.
I need to get another bottle of Fireball. Have you ever seen that?
The
Do
whiskey.
you guys have that over there? Yeah.
I've got an interesting story about that actually. I shan't mention where it was because I don't want to get the group in trouble. But I was a young Jack once. Once
No.
once upon a time, I was a young whippersnapper, and I was at a LARP group. Dean and Brass know which LARP group.
Yeah.
And it was, these things go on till the wee hours of the morning because it was a whole weekend affair. And this guy dressed as a wizard, should have been my first red flag, older chap, comes over to me, and he's got this little vial. And there you go, lad, it's a potion. Oh, cool. I just drank it. Whiskey. I was not
Nice.
expecting it.
Yeah. Yeah, what we they actually marketed it here in the States. Of course, it's a cinnamon whiskey here. And it's called Fireball, but they actually marketed it along with apple cider. There was an apple cider, hard apple cider.
Well, over
Kinda
here we don't call it hard cider because it's just
It's just cider. I've had
just-
woodpeckers before and stuff like that. But it's still kind of a new novel thing here, even though it's been around for decades. But yeah, they were actually it's Angry Orchard is one of the brands of hard apple cider here, and they actually had a poster that they would hang up like in liquor stores that called it Angry Balls, which was Angry Orchard and Fireball. So and it's good. It's basically, you basically put drop a shot in thing of cider.
One of the nicest ciders. By the way, you said decades. Cider's been a thing for centuries, if not thousands.
Well, yeah. But I mean, popularity here. I think the first place this was back in Florida, and where I had tried a cider, and it was at a British English style pub. They're really popular, especially in Florida. There's a lot of expats that live down there.
Here's a fun fact about ciders that's probably not a fact at all. But the first taverns, like we like to use in fantasy, were Roman inventions, and they were specifically for serving ciders and wines.
The thing with wine in the ancient world, though, is it was watered down, and it was considered uncouth to sort of drink strong wine, like unwatered down wine. It's very strange because it's the different way around now. So we want the high volumes of alcohol, but ale back in the day was barely alcoholic. It was just enough alcohol to kill the bacteria.
Yeah.
Well, that's true too here. I mean, of course, 1700s. Where do you think we got the idea from? they were still part of the crown,
Hmm.
till we
So,
rebelled.
You say, look, I need to address this. I don't do politics, but I'll do these politics.
Oh, they're what, 250 years old? I mean, come on.
No. It's like everyone says, yeah, we kicked your ass, Englishman. We kicked you out of the country. We're Americans. Bleep yeah. Like, yeah. You realize it was Englishmen fighting Englishmen.
Right.
Americans didn't. We beat ourselves up.
Pretty much.
It was a
And
suicide.
you were carried by France, and we had a more important war going on at the same time.
We had 3 important wars going on at the same time.
Was that the 7 Years war that was going on at the time?
That
or-
no,
That
the
was
7
right-
Years
that was
War
right
was
before
prior.
it.
Right
The
before.
reason we raised your taxes by 2% on one thing, and look at what you pay now. The reason we raised your taxes was because we were defending you from the French. And then we said, look, guys, we've just won this massive, what was practically a world war. We need some money to pay back some debt. And then you said no, very famously said no. And then as you took up arms against the crown, the French came in to help you. And also we were fighting the Spanish. So we were fighting the French, the Spanish, and ourselves, and
Mhm.
also trying to keep hold of of India. So
Right.
And the British government at the time actually agreed with the Americans, so they didn't commit the full force because they thought, you know what, understandable.
Yeah.
Have a nice day. It was only till King George started throwing a fit, but
look, I want to
Really?
say, look, Teddy, that is the most pedantic correction that has ever happened. Actually, the alcohol didn't kill the bacteria. The brewing process did. Oh, come on.
I've heard conflicting reports on that too, and people are like, no, there was plenty of fresh water available here. They just liked the taste. I don't know.
Yeah, fair. I mean, I'm not really a beer guy.
I am. I'll drink beer, but
I like my ales, really do.
I like. Have you
I
ever
will
had
get-
Trooper Ale?
Sorry, which one?
Trooper Ale?
No, don't think I have.
Okay. Yeah, Jack's like, wait. I think I know where this is going.
No, sorry, I was too busy
Oh.
looking at Teddy losing his shit.
Yeah, Troopers. It's not too bad. It's Iron Maiden's beer. So
The
I can't get any around here, but I could get it back in Florida. It's from, I think in the U.S. it's Robinson Brewery or something that carries it.
the ale you had at, in Gloucester looked quite nice, Dean.
It was. It was a pale ale. I normally like the darker ales. Fell in love with ales when I went to Amsterdam, and of course you got a whole array. Couldn't get them in this country at the time, and we found a bar where you were perched right by a canal. We'd arrive at about 11, 12 o'clock, wouldn't leave till it shut. Just trying all of their drinks.
And staggering out the door afterwards.
Well, no, because we fell into the European way, which is you do not order a pint. You order half pints because they keep cold longer and they don't go flat whilst you're drinking them.
Okay, so you're telling me Germans do not order pints?
No, I was in Amsterdam, not Germany.
Aren't they just? No. Sorry, I'm thinking. I'm going to offend some people here, but
You are. Tread carefully.
So the Netherlands are the swamp Germans,
The Nederlanders.
and the Belgians don't exist.
Oh.
By the way, I'm memeing. That is an old internet reference. Obviously, I don't actually believe it. If you know that reference, you've been around a while.
Yeah. Vendersholt was one of our favorites, which Vicky's just put on chat there. No, it's I think it's shifted a lot since then. So we're talking well over about almost 20 years ago now. When we were out there drinking, can't do it now. But that's when I got my first taste for the different types of beers and stuff like that, the ales, and yeah. I don't like lager, too gassy, but give me a good ale. Yeah, love it.
Yeah, I think mostly what I drink is lager, but I'll do an ale.
Well,
You know.
Brass is a cider drinker. He drinks it all the day.
Oh yeah, and bumper cider drinker I am.
Yeah.
Uh,
So what's your
I
favorite?
like ciders. I like
Yeah.
ciders. I just
What's
have
your
to be
favorite?
careful.
What's your favorite cider, Brass? You
I've
always seem to
actually-
have one before a stream. Yeah.
I haven't got one today, sadly.
Oh.
That's actually kind of hard to narrow down. I kind of like them all. If I go to a pub or wherever, it's either a Thatcher's or a Strongbow,
Mm.
and it's usually I like the dark fruit one, but I find I can't drink a lot of them.
I've
So I
had
usually have
Strongbow.
like a Thatcher's Haze, or just a gold.
Yeah.
something
Just
like that,
very
basic.
standard,
So,
very
yeah, very
good
very
job.
standard. Yeah.
I mean, there is a great. If we're ever in Birmingham for like an event or something, Dean and Brass, I'll take you to the. I used to work out at the Custard Factory, had an office in there, and there's a cinema that is based in the Custard Factory and a bar, and they've got Bad Apple cider, which was really nice.
I think I've had that. Yeah.
There's several very local ciders around here which I could mention, but they'd probably dox me. Which next time you're in town, Brass, I'll take you for a few.
Yeah.
And you know what else I really like as a cider? I only discovered it when I went to Jack's a few years ago. Blood orange cider.
Oh yeah,
Actually,
That's
quite nice.
interesting.
Just tastes like iron brew.
Blood orange is a good flavor.
Mm.
so there's a particular Thatcher's cider that I find is actually quite rare. I have bought it in by the boxful before, especially for my wedding. I bought loads of it, and that's Thatcher's Rascal. It's got a little fox on the
yeah.
front.
Yeah.
That's a really nice cider.
Well, if I ever come over there, we got to hang out.
I want a drink.
Yeah.
After the last few weeks, like the wife has said to me, like, I need a drink, and I had just kind of looked at her. He's like, oh yeah, can't do that at the moment.
When I was a lot younger, I was on Scrumpy Jack. Was my cider of choice.
That's
Yeah, it was lovely. We had a pub called Poets Corner, and I'd go down the YMCA, play a game, and then we'd head over to the pub, have a few pints of
the Poets Corner, eh?
Poets Corner. It's
that
not there
sounds-
anymore, but it was iconic.
Sounds like it would smell like Tweed and Depression.
Oh well, it was weirdly laid out in that you had this grand stair in the middle of the pub that took you up to two other levels. So you had levels all over the place, little cubby holes here and there, but it was a great pub, really good pub to
Like little breakout
drink in.
areas where small groups could get together.
Yeah, they did some of the floors. So you'd go up these stairs and you'd have these floors kind of coming off at different levels. So some of them were quite
Oh, wow.
small. So yeah,
Sounds kinda
it was
cool.
good. Yeah, they knocked it down. The beautiful building knocked down.
Oh man, I
Yeah.
hate to see that.
Another tragedy.
Yeah.
While we're having a little lull here, guys, do make sure you like the stream, share the YouTube link around. You know what, guys? We are on 988 subscribers. It is not impossible that you can send this stream to people and we could get those 12 people.
Hold
We
on, let me
could-
just unsub on my 980 accounts.
I'm pretty sure that breaks terms of service to have that many accounts, doesn't it?
Mm.
Either way, we could hit 1,000. Death, you could be here for the 1,000 mark.
Oh, that would
Yeah.
be great.
Oh, there's Michael Dale. Hello, sir.
There, I put out a shout on X.
He does sound a little bit like Griff.
Who?
You.
Really?
Yeah, like a younger version. You ever met Griff?
No.
You know who I'm talking about, Blackmore, Secrets of Blackmore.
Yeah. Okay. No. Younger, huh? Well,
Yeah, but very.
I like being called younger. I don't
But
feel it.
Oh, he's quite old.
Well, yeah, I was going to say if he was involved with Blackmore, he's probably got me by 20 years at
I'm
least.
surprised you've not run across him on Ryan's show.
I probably chatted with him or something there, but
Yeah, Griff Morgan.
okay.
Yeah, either way, no,
I'm sure we've exchanged
Yeah,
comments or something.
chill guy. I liked him a lot. He's and I don't think he's going to mind me saying this. He's completely nuts, really out there. When he starts talking, he just sort of goes off onto like his own little world. which is great to listen to.
I try not to do that these days.
Gojira! Hello.
Gojira. There we go.
What's with
That's-
the Clippy thing? Why is everyone Clippy?
I
I
think it's a
actually
thing that
remember
everybody's
it
trying to
was-
do now.
It was like a protest a lot or something. I can't remember.
Huh.
Oh, I don't know. I protest against Microsoft.
That's a very angry Clippy, though.
Is it? Oh,
I,
yeah.
I was there when Clippy first came. I remember
Would you like some
working
help?
in a law firm and having to uninstall Clippy from the Office suite so that it wouldn't, interfere with the secretary's work.
Did you get rid of the wizard or the Einstein
Yeah, I had to strip out
or the
all
dog?
of the
Oh
kind of
man.
yeah.
Poor wizards.
Well, they were
Okay.
They were kind of intensive too on those systems. It's like
They
really?
were.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Kojira says comes from a guy called Louis Rossman, and it's changes to terms of service after you sign up to stuff. That's what they're protesting. Fair.
That's a good protest.
It's protest against Microsoft. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh look, I thought she'd gone to sleep, but no. Both of our Mrs. Dean are up past their bedtime.
That's good. Good to know.
Oh,
Quarter
Shell back
past
though.
10 there, right?
Yeah, 10:15.
Yeah.
Right.
I wasn't
guys,
kidding when I said, Dean, that I have 2 clocks that are identical, and one of them is set to UTC. So,
Oh, nice. So
or
I'm
GMT
thinking
for those who don't like us calling it UTC.
I think it's now BST, but I still use GMT. I was not aware it had changed until after I'd made all of my GMT time zone things on my thumbnails.
Yeah, well, you're +1 anyways to it, right? So
I don't know how
because
any of
UTC
works.
doesn't ever change time. There is no spring forward fallback thing for that.
Maybe
It's
I
also
know
called
that
Zulu time or whatever.
I know that all the clocks are going to change again soon, which is going to probably make us miss a tittle because the last time it changed, I gave everyone the wrong time and it was just a complete.
Well, yeah, because we don't change the same time.
No.
as
Not anymore.
America.
Yeah.
So
And hopefully we're
it's-
trying to get rid of it once and for all.
Well, do you remember internet time? They try to make that a thing.
Did they?
I
should remember it, but
I only know about it because at the time I had a Dreamcast and there was a game on there I absolutely loved called Fantasy Star Online. And
Basic.
I remember that. I remember that game.
yeah, it was fantastic. My first sort of online experience blew my mind at the time. It ran on internet time, so people could coordinate when to meet up. And internet time, this internet time is just a number that counts. And that's the same number no matter where you are in the world. And I don't think it caught on because I could never relate that number back to my time. So if you're trying to arrange a meetup at 10 o'clock in the morning, you don't know what what internet time that is.
You have to
There's no
convert
easy
to that
feedback.
first, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It was really awkward, but they tried to bring in internet time.
See, and I think I told you, Dean. Jack may or may not know this. Brass, I'm sure doesn't, but I'm a ham radio operator too, right? So we log all of my logs are done in UTC, so they're used in the international standard for time. So it doesn't matter whether I'm talking to somebody, in England or somebody in Australia or whatever. We're all logging at the same time, so that we're all on the same page for the same exact reason.
Yeah.
So this actually brings up a kind of cool question. You guys would have heard of Stellaris, right?
The computer game.
Did you watch the show last night on Snob?
You guys are usually on silly hours of the day for me.
Yeah.
Actually, the last time I joined your show was when you had Rob. Can't remember his last name, but he had produced the Greymore.
Rob Conley.
Yes,
Rob
and
Conley.
I was hanging around in the chat on that for a while.
Yeah.
But no. So the reason I bring it up is because dates and times in sci-fi fascinate me, because you need to have. What is a year when you have lots of different planets having lots of different years? Starfield did this in a really weird way. The Bethesda's latest RPG hit. I played it all, finished it. It was a very meh experience. but it's like you had local time and you had like a set universal time, and I had no idea how they were measuring universal time. Really strange. How does Babylon do it? Because I've never watched anything
Earth
Babylon.
standard
time.
time.
Yeah, Earth time.
Standard
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like how you both said that in unison. Brass, these guys are nerds.
I don't know whether I'm an oddity, but I love fantasy and I love sci-fi with equal.
I think they,
appeal.
yeah, I think they fit
Mm.
quite. I mean, I have Traveler sitting over there. I just haven't got the opportunity to run or play it yet.
Man,
You
I really want to run or play, I guess, Traveler. I bought the rule book, which is underneath this other rule book. I'm not sure what this game's all about, but I've got the book and I've got the PDFs, and I was reading through it, and I had Grok actually run me through a character creation scenario, and then it started going off.
Did you die?
I love that. Honest to God,
It is an optional rule now.
I love the fact that you can die as a
During-
risk during character creation,
Yep.
because you can get bonuses from it. So, like, do I want to take this risk and have to re-roll? Because that is actually really cool.
Well, and remember, the Traveler is not a class-based game; it's a skill-based game.
Mm.
So
Usually, I
because
don't
of
like that.
well, and the thing but it fits for sci-fi probably better
Yeah.
because your skills is what determines what your job function would be able to be, as opposed to your job functioning or class determining what bonuses you would get on skills. It's kind of the other way around. So, and you can go in the military or go to prison or whatever in the rolling of the characters, or die.
That's a good observation, actually. And you got games like Shadowrun and Earthdawn, which are set in the same universe. Shadowrun being sci-fi, a classless system. Earthdawn being fantasy, a class-based system. And I was thinking, when I do the sci-fi version of Untold Destiny, I'd probably be looking at a classless system for that, because it has a better feel and a better fit in that kind of setting.
Right.
There are sci-fi settings I think classes work for. Star Wars, I think, is one of them.
Star Wars is fantasy, though.
Yeah, but then
you got wizards, and
you can also
it's science fantasy.
You can also say that 40k is fantasy. Chris Bingley is in the chat. Chris Bingley, if you'd like to come in, let me know. Drop me a message on X and I'll pop you the link. Because I've met some really cool people over the last kind of few weeks that I haven't had chance to talk to yet. And Tittle's one of those things which is a bit more regimented and all the rest of it. This is just chill.
Chill is nice.
It is nice, especially after
everything.
everything.
Yes, everything. It's just a avalanche. Last week was I was on more live streams last week. I probably spent more hours on a live stream last week than I had in the previous 2 months.
That's impressive, man. And how you doing this one?
Go figure. Of course,
Is there an RPG published in India with a caste-based system? Yes, hands.
I didn't say it.
That's clever.
Yeah,
very clever.
I hope you recover swiftly, Chris. I really do.
Oh, that's funny.
There was something else. So, Science of 40k is 40k. Someone has just called. Yeah, the Dabbling Warlock has said 40k is fantasy. It's science fantasy.
Yeah.
And does that mean Star Wars is fantasy science?
I mean, look, all sci-fi is fantasy. It's just, instead of towns, you've got planets, and instead of horses, you've got spaceships. Other than that, pretty much the same idea, same thing. It's a fantasy, as in it doesn't exist. So what really is the difference between science fiction and science fantasy at the end of the day?
we were talking about this last night on Snob's channel. that was kind of it. They actually were talking about 4X gaming, which I'm like, what is 4X gaming? Apparently, somebody gave it a label long after I got into it.
Exploit, expand,
Yeah.
Exterminate.
Or exterminate.
Yeah,
And every time I hear it in the Dalek voice there.
Yeah.
Exterminate. Yeah. But
extend.
I was playing games like that before they were called 4X. So I'm like, okay. But we actually had a guy from your side of the pond that was on. He pulled a Dean. He was up at 4 a.m. to jump on a live stream.
Where we're
Gotta
dedicated
love
over here.
dedication, yeah.
Yeah.
So those, speaking of old 4X games, Civilization 2, I think. Have you guys ever heard of this? There was a guy who has been playing the same game of Civilization 2 for the last 20, 25 years.
I believe it.
And
Seems about right. Yeah, that's an average.
Did he win yet?
no, every now and again, because he got himself into a nuclear holocaust stalemate, and every now and again he would reboot the game, get his old save file back that apparently he'd kept around for 2 decades, and he would start playing again. And there's an entire series of Reddit threads
Mhm.
of people arguing over the best way to proceed to win the game. I think eventually he did actually win, but it's like this man had kept this save file around from the 90s onwards. It's dedication, that is. Like usually I like Europa Universalis 4, I burn out after a little while.
Yeah.
So it's just keep it around.
Well, I mean, this discussion reminded me that, oh yeah, I bought Stellaris on Steam like a year ago. I've got 42.7 hours, and then he's like, yeah, I've got 7,000 hours in, and I'm like, okay.
Paradox games are like that. How many
Yeah.
hours do I have in Stellaris? Hold on. Prepare to be disappointed in me.
Oh well, like I said, 42. Can you beat my 42?
Have a guess. Have a guess at how many hours I've got in Stellaris.
Oh, you probably got 500.
Half an hour.
520.
Look at that. I'm pretty
About
close.
a
but
520. 2 seconds. Yeah.
Dean's got to go check his playtime. Problem is with these sorts of games is they require the clock to be ticking. And so, yeah.
1040.
Okay. Yeah. And then I
What?
hear these people that have 10,000 hours, and I'm like,
Yeah, haven't quite got there, but
how many years is that?
Crusader Kings 2, I've got 1,057 in Crusader Kings 2.
That's absolutely nothing. I have 300 days in World of Warcraft on one character.
Oh, one character!
I can believe that.
I've been playing since 2008.
Is that Sokara?
Yes.
Yeah.
2,350 hours in Civ 5.
Civ
Okay.
5's a solid one.
Yeah.
Do we...
Vicky and I would play that hot seat, and yeah, it got us through lockdowns, actually.
Nice.
Civ
Do
5
we-
and Civ 6.
Yeah, like Civ 6, which one do you prefer? Civ 5 or Civ 6?
I prefer 5. 6 has really bad AI problems. In reality, though, I do prefer Civ 4, and if they remastered Civ 4, that would be one that I'd love. I've tried playing it since the interface. You're fighting the interface. You're fighting the mouse clicks. It's just too awful.
Yeah.
Kind of like how you fight Thaco when you go back to that.
Exactly. Yeah.
You didn't mention that to Delver, did you, Jack?
No.
No, I'm bringing up other things. I'm referencing.
Yeah, but Delver wouldn't use Thacker. He'd use an attack matrix.
He would just
True.
say, "You just use the table." What are you talking about?
Yeah, exactly.
Thaco?
It's an attack
Just
matrix.
look at the table.
Yeah.
I can honestly appreciate that.
Can I just address Teddy's comment there, if I can?
Who's that?
Because he's made a really good one about the Shadowrun isn't exactly classless, and he's absolutely right. But then any classless-based system isn't exactly classless because you have archetypes instead of classes. But what you do lack is a level that determines your power, and as your level increases, so does everything else. Instead, you piecemeal increase skills that then have other effects.
Get actually on, Teddy. My
Yes.
wife has 500 hours in Hades.
In Hades. Oh, Hades is a good game. That's a good game.
What does Vicky mean? An official World of Warcraft widow? Did you play too much WoW?
I did back in the day. I was part of the Even Odds raiding guild, which was a huge guild on Earthen Ring server. And
Brass, do you have any? Do you know?
I
of the
was
guild?
never on Earthen Ring, so I'm not sure, to be honest.
not sure, but we got the first for taking down. I forget the one after Molten Core came out.
Blackwing Layer.
That's it. Thank you,
Nefarious,
Blackwing Layer,
yeah.
first to take down that layer, the boss at the end.
I'm surrounded
And
by
I was a
birds.
druid, which normally you're told what to play in the way of a spec, but they allowed me to be a beast druid because there's a beast druid power at the time, Fairy Fire, which
Yeah.
massively altered. And all I was told, don't worry if you're at the bottom of the DPS meter, just make sure you keep Fairy Fire up on this boss. And that was my job. And I loved it.
I
because-
pressed this button.
pretty much.
I played druid in WoW. I'm not nowhere near as much as Brass, but I did get a druid to near enough 60, and then then I played through quite a bit of Legion. And he was I played a resto druid. Whenever I play WoW, I like playing resto. I like heals.
See, yeah, you know what kind of irked me with WoW was I liked playing a character that's diametrically opposed to itself. So I played a fire and ice mage, and then they took away my ability to do that, and I got mad
Oh
and
yeah,
stopped
you're
playing.
locked into one spec now. Yeah.
Out of
That's when I stopped playing. That's how long it's been since I played.
Because I've got to ask, Alliance or Horde, Death?
Alliance.
I like Alliance.
Good. We're among good people, Brass.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, the Horde are losing their mind on Twitter every day.
Yeah.
I mean, you're more involved in that. What's the latest out of the?
I
The
have
WoW
seen
Twitter.
people. I mean, like they get very political because it's Twitter,
Of course.
and
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
seen people like on the Horde side tearing each other's throats out because one person likes Blood Elves and the other one likes trolls, and they get into like the colonial politics of it all, and they're like, well, your race that you like is a colonial race, so they're evil. And then they're absolutely just at each other's throats all the time. So now Alliance have become the Giga Chad faction.
Just-
where, like, because it used to be the Horde, like Alliance with the little kiddies back in the
Right.
day, and the Horde were like, yeah, we're so fucking cool, the metalheads, and they just go around ganking the Alliance and strangle.
I'm a metalhead. What the hell?
Alliance was for kids and like middle-aged dads that didn't have time to play the game. Horde was like, they were the sweaty nerds, the neckbeards, the metalheads. Like they had all the
total
time in the
biscuits.
world to get all the best gear.
I will say
Oh, you got purples. I got
What-
oranges. And
what
Mm.
Vicky did for you there is very much what Vix does for me.
We're
You're
both in
playing
good
neat.
company. We've both made wise decisions, Jack, and have chosen the right partners.
I'm pretty sure I was chosen.
I was definitely chosen, actually. Yeah.
We
Thinking
didn't have
about
a
it.
choice in the matter.
Yeah.
to be fair, so was I. Mine. She games, but she was my server and bartender at a restaurant, and screwed up my order 4 times. Oh, she blamed the kitchen, but I think she
think it
just
was
wanted to
all-
keep on coming back to the table.
Yeah. Oh, it was that charm and dashing good looks. That
Right.
over there, yeah.
22 years we've been married now. So.
Oh, congrats.
She bought me a knife. She's like, I guess I can finally trust you with a knife.
Are we allowed to say that on this show? We're in Britain.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, we're actually allowed to carry them and more.
Every female you've ever met in real life who played WoW played Horde Shell. Well, every female that I know that's played WoW played Alliance.
Yeah, my wife played Alliance. Now my kid played Horde.
Well, obviously you failed as a father.
I know.
To be fair, once Blood Elves came out,
That's what he-
there are a lot of e-girls that like to play Blood Elves and put them in like bunny outfits and post pictures on Twitter.
And may they continue doing so.
Are there, Brass? Where are these eagles? I don't believe you.
Your wife is in pillow throwing range of you.
She is.
Mm. Mine's not. Mine's sleeping.
So you send it to him. Oh, yeah, there you
she
go.
works nights, so
You,
she's got to get up in a few hours to go to work.
you heard it here first, folks. I was groomed.
And big
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
Where are these kind, nerd-tolerant women hiding? We had them all.
Yep.
Us three. Brass didn't get one.
No.
True.
So there, we've got them all, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Mind games. She likes to play gnomes. Gnome rogues.
But you might want to keep that to yourself.
Yeah. I got her to play a half orc. That was fun.
You see, I've only ever seen one half-orc character that was played well, and that was actually my wife's character. Actually, now's a good time to go and plug your video, Brass.
True.
She played a half-orc fighter called Sable, and the whole idea was the more violent she got, the more she risked leveling up into barbarian rather than another fighter, because she was embracing either the human side or the orc side. And I would go grumsh, grumsh, grumsh when she was fighting.
I still can't believe you put her in S tier though. What? Oh, that's bias. That was.
That's called wanting to keep my balls.
Mm.
No, honestly, Sable was a great character. Most of the reprobates probably deserve to be quite high up.
Well, if
Yeah.
you ask some of the other players of that game, they have different opinions.
What? You mean Sean?
Yes.
Sean has never made a
You know
character
what made
above
him
an A in
really
his life.
mad? When we discussed his character Mildred.
Which one?
Well, you're the Mildred the Third, the main one.
Wow.
We were going over the whole truth
Come on.
serum thing, and I explained what he said, and then you said, no, actually, he said this, and I quote, psych, truth serum.
Did I?
And then
actually
he
say
got
that?
really mad about that because his character would never say anything like that. And I thought to myself, yeah, he never said that. That's your dementia playing up, Jack. That's what that is.
You know what? Even if it was my dementia playing up, good. I'm glad he's mad. Kitty
There's
cat.
Lily. Hey, Lily. Say hello to everybody.
Your Lily and my Lily look a little different.
Yeah.
Is Lily your wife?
Oh,
No. Lily is my dog.
yeah.
Oh right, yeah.
There's a species difference there.
Yeah.
I'd hope there'd be a species difference with his wife as well.
Well,
Right,
yeah.
guys. If you've not,
Yes.
God, I hope so.
if you've not yet liked the stream, please do so. Oh, hello, Jeffrem. And please do share the YouTube link
Hey.
around. As you can see, we are on 988 subscribers. There is a chance that we hit the magical 1,000 number this evening. But that's only if you go and annoy your groups of friends to click the subscribe button. Like send the link to them directly.
Hey, I tagged a few people in. I don't know.
Oh,
You should have got my my share.
I did.
I tagged you.
I shared it.
And I also tagged Sci-Fi for Me and Sci-Fi Snob and Cam and
Well, it's much appreciated. But until that number starts moving up, the whip will
right.
morale improves.
Be sure to like and subscribe and share. I have a new thing for that. So, I'm one of the mods for Jason and Sci-Fi for Me. So I came up with where is it here? Here's my cheat sheet. This is what I'll post it in here. Here.
Where's
That's
it get?
it'll show up in the chat.
Oh, sweet.
In the regular chat.
Hey.
It doesn't have any links.
Piss.
Phew.
It's free.
Yeah.
That's
We're
cool.
trying.
I like that. Usually when I ask people to like and subscribe, it's with threats of immediate bodily harm.
No, see, no, that one is the that's the
nice
one to get people to jump to the Discord for the channel, and I threatened to force them to watch Kurtzman's new Trek.
Oh no.
Well, we do actually have a Discord now for the library, but it is open to law sworn members and above only.
Eddie's trying to enrage me.
Yes, I saw. I wasn't going to bring it up. I was hoping you weren't going to see it.
Of course I saw it. I see all the things.
No, we do have a Discord available now for those the channel members of Law Sworn or higher. I say higher. Law Swan is the highest at the moment, but I do have
Plans.
plans.
You gotta have your tier 3s, mate.
Yeah, I mean, I feel that the channel is at a place where it's some people might find it worth supporting financially. Now,
I mean, people did chuck like $300 at you on stream.
yeah,
So, yeah.
okay, that's adorable and very clever, my love. You get an extra smooch tonight. Like and subscribe, werewolf. No, I'm aware that the donations of that stream happened. Very aware, but it's more when you sit down and you start thinking about, like, am I providing something of value to people? There is a lot of work that goes into this. I know I don't do as much editing as you, Brass, but like when you're going out, you're talking to people and you're getting interviews. Like the guys from the Wayward Realms are fantastic. Victor and Michael, because they're actually directors now. They're not just developers, and so I can boast and say I had the gameplay and creative directors for Once Lost Games on here twice. So that was mind-boggling to me. So it's when I started getting these larger sort of projects intertwining with me that I was like, you know what, maybe I am doing something that is worth someone's dollar. But at the same time, I don't want people to break themselves to support me. So things are going to be very sorry, I got distracted by Dabbling Warlock's message there. That's how you get.
I was replying to that one too.
I don't know. I just want to feel good about the stuff that I do. I want to take a bit of pride in it. And you know what? If you can't financially support the channel, that's absolutely fine. You can bully your friends into clicking the subscribe button.
Yeah.
Talk amongst yourselves for a moment. I'm going to try something.
Uh-oh. Be careful.
I've got 3 cats in this room right now.
And
And there's another cat just out there. I think Vicky must.
I
only
see
have
one up on the
cat.
shelf behind you.
Yeah, that is, if I'm not mistaken, that is George, one of our rescues. Looking adorable. He absolutely worships me. No, it's in the mornings. I'll have coffee in bed, and he just snuggles right up beside me. And
Yeah.
yeah,
I'll tell you, I'm a dog person, but for some reason, cats like me, and I don't know why.
They're trying to convert you.
I think,
Oh, hold on. Let's find a nice. Hold on. Everyone, smile. Look at the stream. Smile. Yeah.
I'm smiling.
Yeah, that works. You can continue talking amongst yourselves.
That's fine.
What'd you do? Take a screenshot?
Yeah.
I almost did that.
I can't see you at the moment.
No, I can't do the YouTube face that so many have. That
Mr. Beast thumbnail.
Look, so I'm not being funny, but it does actually give you more clicks if you've got your face in the thumbnail.
Yeah,
So
but you have to have your mouth open
Yes.
really wide.
Oh, the red eyes, the red glowy eyes. Yeah.
I do that too. I've been playing around with various ways to have more click through. So some of it is I've put myself in the thumbnail. Some of it is I've put elf girls in the thumbnail, and I found that the number that
I appreciated the elf girls.
the number of people that click on the video is proportional to the size of the boobs of the elf girl. The larger, the better. And I also found that having myself and an elf girl is kind of like you get peak click through then.
No, that's cool.
And the red glowing eyes also helps. Because people think, oh, he's going to go and be based and negative on something, and they're all addicted to anger and hatred, so they'll go ahead and watch it. Won't you little monkeys? You attention shot little fucks. Yeah, so no, it's like you've got to know how to bait people in, hook, line, and sinker.
Mm.
Please subscribe.
You just insulted them. Now come and join.
Now, one thing that the audience I've had so far is incredibly self-aware. At the moment, this audience has been so incredibly smart. As it gets larger, I wonder how much more that will continue, or if we're going to dilute that pool a little bit.
I really do like Teddy. I like him.
Oh, what's he done now?
Have a good look. And he's come up.
Yeah.
He said classless. No, get rid of classless. It should be levelless. And I completely agree with him.
Super chat. Where's he put that? That's not coming through on the stream.
It's in the.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in there.
It's not coming through on Restream. Usually it does.
It did. I see it.
Did it?
I see it both
It's
places.
there, right at the
Hold
top.
on.
Yeah.
Nope.
Jack's
Usually
just
I have a
ignoring you,
no,
Teddy. He doesn't
no,
want to
no,
talk.
no.
It's,
so
it's normally highlighted, is it?
It's showing up on the stream video, but on the actual chat panel in my
It's
right
on.
in the
It's
top
the
panel,
very
yeah.
top one on the right. For
yeah.
me.
So on the right hand side, you see all them little buttons. Click chat, and that's where I can click things to bring them up.
Yeah. Well, I don't have that button.
Anyway, I can read it from here. He says, I encourage everybody to send Jack hundreds in donations. It's hilarious to watch him shrink, sink Englishly into himself, forming a British singularity. Oh, thank you, Teddy. I appreciate that. I can't in good faith endorse what you've. Now it's come through. No, it hasn't.
Now Jeffrem's.
Don't
message
encourage
just
him
popped on
because
top of it.
the last time this happened, people did actually send hundreds through, and it was really grateful, but it was also just, please don't break yourselves. Yeah, the Dabbling Warlock, coin for the coin god, gold for the gold throne. Who has the throne at the moment? Top fans at the moment. Thank you very much for your super chat. Yeah, Teddy is number 1, then the Dabbling Warlock. Chris Bingley is actually number 3. Savo, that's Fifle, she's in 4th. Gojira is in 5th. Alyssa is in 6th. And then the lovely wife is following it up. Damien Demore is 8th. Yes.
Got to pump those numbers up. Fixaday needs to start donating to get that crown.
So we now have a Freya up there as well.
You're like an Egyptian god.
Keep talking about yourselves.
I do kind of like Restream. We switched over to that when StreamYard pulled their little shenanigans and took away everything. The only thing,
I never used StreamYard paid anyway.
Yeah, well, yeah. The only thing that is odd is it doesn't seem to remember my audio settings ever.
No,
So
it's cringe with audio.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always have to go back because I have a mixer sitting right over here.
Hey, everyone in chat, all how many of you are there? All 20 of you. Here's a Twitter link to go ahead and share. We'll try and hit that 1,000 sub goal this stream if possible. We will see. And that would definitely turn this Monday around for me.
I don't think we can do memberships yet.
Da.
What tier is it where when you can start doing memberships?
Well, when the channel memberships unlock, I think it's 500 subs is when
Is
I got
it? I need to get on Snob's case about that then.
because you can do quite a lot of cool stuff with them, and I tried to keep mine as cheap as I went with what YouTube suggested, but I tried to keep the cost lower. Teddy's like, oh, Rumble's so much better, but I don't make any money on Rumble. Well, I do. That's a lie. I do, but it's just not as much.
Don't get me wrong. I like Rumble. I have stock in Rumble, but
I don't know how to do stock.
yeah, I'm old.
I like Rumble in terms of as an alternative. I mostly use it as a repository for my live streams now.
Yeah.
Because it's like I
The
was,
UI needs work.
yeah, but you can say that about anything. Like
Yeah.
I like YouTube for the same reason that we majority made. The reason Brass and I talk about 5th edition stuff so much is because you need to go where the market already is.
Hmm.
If you want to, like I was telling you about this, Dean, if you want to siphon people to another product, you need to go to where they are. You
Mhm.
can't just stand somewhere else going, oh, look at this. No, you actually need to go and meet people where they are. It's the same for anything.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, it's just a matter of putting something in front of their face where it matters to them at the right time too, so it doesn't seem intrusive. Because people love to buy, they hate to be sold to. There you go.
Yeah.
That's some advice for anyone in sales.
I ran quite a bit of 5th edition.
It's a good system. I like 5th edition.
It's just a little OP on the player character side.
Oh yeah.
And they put no thought about they just if AI had been a thing when they had written 2014, you would have thought that they had an AI generate how you come up with encounter levels, because
Actually,
jeez.
Brass,
Yeah.
this is something you can talk about.
No, they don't even follow their own fucking
No,
rules.
they never have.
You look in the DMG, it's like, this is how you design a CR10 monster. All right, let's look in the monster manual, an actual CR10 monster. Why is it so fucking weak?
Yeah, and if you were to create it, yeah.
I think it's 'cause there was some development hell with 5th edition. I think everyone was all over the place. There were modules being designed before the rules, like Tyranny of
Yep.
Dragons.
With talking
So,
ropers for some
I
reason.
think they just had no communication, didn't know what the hell they were doing. They just had to quickly churn something out because it was the 40th anniversary of D&D, and no one liked 4th edition, and Pathfinder was kicking their ass. So they
yeah.
thought, oh shit, let's
I-
just get 5th edition out right now.
I like.
Oh, you're the guy. You're the one. Well, you and Matt Colville.
I
Yes.
the thing. With
Oh, sorry,
4th
did I
edition-
say that out loud?
the thing with 4th edition? But man, if I was a little bit like Matt Colville, I wouldn't complain because I'd have loads of money.
Yeah,
But
that's true.
the thing with 4th edition, right? The books are really pretty. The artwork in those things is incredible.
Mhm.
Because Anne Stokes is in there. I like Anne Stokes. But it was also all I had for a while. So when you
if I started with 4th edition, if I grew up with it like Jack did, I'd probably like 4th edition.
I started with 3.5, but
Yeah, but how much
I
did you
didn't
play
own
that
the
as opposed
books.
to... Yeah.
I played a lot more 3.5 online over Skype, but 4th edition in person. So we would have. I was talking about this when I requoted you, Dean. Is that the 12-hour sessions we'd have where we would just like one of us would host the rest of us for a weekend was 4th edition, which is good because you can get about 1.5 combat encounters done in 12 hours. But no, I liked 4th edition.
That was my experience. The half a session I ran.
But I'm pretty sure we ran it wrong most of the time because we just went, bugger it. Just did things our own way.
I mean, I cut my DMing teeth on 3rd edition. I played, a little bit with back in the day in the 80s on 2nd, I guess. And, then everybody wanted to play Shadowrun because Shadowrun was the big in thing. So
It's just because people love collecting D6s. And I know 1st edition
Is it?
Shadowrun, Jesus, the number of D6s you needed. Oh,
But by the way, guys, if you like D6s and you like dice, you can go to onlycrits.com/lostlaw and select a pair of dice and then use code LOSTLAW for 10% off at checkout.
I was gonna ask how much off you got.
Actually, they are some. I think I'm going to have to tick the bloody button now.
Where they based out of?
The US, I believe.
Are they?
yeah.
But this is my set they sent me.
Mhm.
I've not sold too many sets of dice for them, but I have sold a few. And skip promotion. All right, Teddy, thank you. But look at this. This is
But you can't do that on Rumble when you're watching
this
the
is
stream.
the Dragon Eye dice.
Oh, that's cool.
This camera is so old. It's got an actual moving dragon eye in there. It's floating. It's suspended in liquid. They're very pretty. They roll really nicely. I'm terrified to use them because they're too nice.
Yeah.
But that I really do like these. I think Paladin Steve was the last person to use my code last week, and he bought himself some clericy paladin dice. No, very good company. They've been excellent to work with. Very just casual. And every now and again, I sell some dice. It's been cool.
We're trying to arrange some time to film it, but I bought 2 sets of dice from Jack's code. Vicky's brought 2 sets of dice from Elfmaid's code, and we're going to have a dice off between them to see which code is the better code to use.
I'm gonna lose.
We're going to film it all. It's going to be great. I've even got a lovely intro. Very taken a lot of inspiration from the Thunderdome.
Have
2
you built
dice
a
enter,
dice jail?
1 dice leaves.
Have you built a dice jail for the, or dice prison for the losers to go into?
I haven't thought about that. We spent a bit of money on them, so I don't want to be too cruel to the losing dice.
I just watched a cat launch itself across the background there.
I got a ledge just over here, so it was all fine.
Dabbling Warlock, rolling tray is your best friend, and this is a serious thing. The Descent into Avernus, like collector's set that came out, where you had the dice and all the demonology cards and all that. Honestly, was a pretty good dice rolling tray. Yes, Skype is the place I met you.
Skype
where
is
I met
no more.
Yeah.
I can hear myself from the bedroom because she's watching the stream in there. It's quite strange.
Chuckling? Is she chuckling a bit?
I can hear me more than I can hear her. That's just how insufferably loud I am.
Yeah. Every now and again, you might hear the train in the background. It's on the other side of the highway, but still.
I like trains.
They have trains in America?
Yeah, they derail.
Yes, they carry stuff, not people.
Oh, yes.
Well, yeah. No, in the cities and stuff, they've talked about it, but it's not like I can just go jump on a train and go somewhere.
I have found, because I only started driving this year. I've found that I would never want to go back to public transport. Driving is just so much nicer.
See, I've been driving since I was 15, so
I never had the need. The village I grew up in,
you could walk.
I worked right on the outside of, and it was a 5-10 minute walk. Now that village is 3 times the size as when I was a kid, so who knows?
Well, the nearest grocery store to me is 1 mile down the street. It also happens to be where my wife works. But if I want to go to Walmart, that's 10 miles the other way. So
one thing,
not walking that way. I'm not even walking a mile. That's up a hill, over a hill.
It's very American, I've got to say. I am married to an American. Don't know if you were aware, but when I went to the States the first time, I requested, as one of the things they show me, I requested to go to a Walmart. This is a legendary thing to me. And
Jeez.
Good Lord, what a just mammoth! And apparently they took me to a small one.
They just took you to a regular Walmart. Those are a dying breed. There's not very many of those around.
But it's just huge.
Absolutely
huge.
Just gosh, wait till we show you a Buc-ee's.
What the hell's a Buc-ee's?
Buc-ee's is a gas station. Convenience store. It has 120 gas pumps.
Gee,
not ours.
Or as you would call it, petrol pumps.
4 or 6.
120. 120.
I guess you
Yes.
need them. Everyone drives everywhere.
The inside of the Buc-ee's is as big as an old Walmart.
You have to remember.
It's a convenience store, mind you.
Have to remember, Brass. They come from a country of 350 million people.
Yes, and they got a very big country.
This is very true. I think we're more densely populated than them.
You are, yeah. It's for me to drive to the nearest big city is an hour. That would be Knoxville, Tennessee.
One thing that I found incredible about being in the States is a sort of a 3-hour drive was
That's
just
normal.
considered,
That's short.
just
That's
considered a
reasonable drive.
jaunt.
Yeah.
And
not far.
like, Dean, you're coming over here in October, and it's what, a 3-hour drive, and you're going to stay in a hotel.
Up and down in one day it's too much. But you look at it, for me, 3 hours. I'm in London, and that's quite a journey. But you go up north, so from Wales area all the way up north, and that's an even longer journey. And there's no way you're 4 or 5 hours up into Scotland, and that's considered a really long journey here.
Yeah. So for me to drive to Atlanta, that's about 3.5 hours from where I'm at. 3.5 hours to Nashville from my house. I went to a concert in Nashville. I went to go see Megadeth back in November or September of last year. So that was a 3-hour drive. Cost me $40 to park, and I had to replace my alternator.
Man, I'm heading
on the way. So in the rain. And then, which I just did again yesterday, the same alternator. I had to replace it. I'm like, wait a second. It's been like just like a week shy of a year. Like,
seems like there might be other problems.
Well, no, it was under warranty, so
That's all right.
I did
I'll be honest.
buy it and then return the bad
All
one.
I know about car is it has 5 wheels, 6 wheels. Has 6 wheels.
Not all cars have a spare.
Yeah, a lot of them nowadays don't.
Yeah.
Mine does.
Or they have a donut. That's not a real tire.
And okay, it's a slim tire, so yeah.
My pickup truck has a real tire underneath the yes.
Good for your pickup truck. I drive a little Peugeot 308.
You drive a what?
A little Peugeot 308. Tiny little thing. That's another thing when I was in the States. The cars are massive. They don't need to be that big.
They had plenty of room. They had all this open land. They could build nice big roads and nice big
towns.
Walmarts.
Have you seen the land trains in Australia? Come on.
Oh, the land trains in Australia are amazing.
That's just I know a trucker over there that and he gets a kick out of it. I'm like, so how many were you pulling today? Oh, just 7.
Yeah.
Here 3 is unusual. It's not even legal in every state. Certain states out west will allow like 3 ponies, trailers. But
we physically do not
ponies.
have the room for large vehicles.
Yeah,
or large buildings.
Most of these towns are 1,000 years old, so they're all built for single horses. Not even
and that's honestly that's the way we went to.
Dean, you got a cat looming over you.
Yeah, that's George. He's got up. He's about to. Yeah, he's moving.
But my wife was from a place called Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, and we went there for her grandmother's funeral. We weren't even married yet; we were still engaged, and the roads there were very, very narrow because it's an old town. It's been around for hundreds of years, so but
wow, hundreds of years, huh?
I know, you, Mr. Thousands of years. Hey, okay, been to St. Augustine. That was built in the the early 1600s, late 1500s. So
wow.
I know. You're so impressed, right?
I was baptized in a church that is 1,000 years old.
I know. That's funny. Is my wife's been over there? She went over there. I don't know how she went on a singing thing because she can't sing, but at any rate, it was the 80s. What can you say? It was she went with her high school group, the chorus or whatever, and she said that was the one thing that just was like the most weird, impressive thing is to see cemeteries where people died and the dates are like before our country even was thought about.
Gloucester Cathedral. 3 weeks ago, I was with these guys at Gloucester Cathedral, and we saw I think it was the 1500s, a gravestone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I had to point out to the missus that that gravestone older than your entire country. And then
Yeah.
also, if is that the date Saint Augustine was built in 1645 ever?
Yeah.
Because the building I am currently in is about that age.
Yeah. And it's still a building.
Yeah, I'm living in it. And
I
living
once
in the
saw
loft.
someone say, I could never live in old buildings because one earthquake and they're fucked. Well, here's the thing. How did they survive so long?
I mean, I am living in the top floor of a building, which is, I think, the second oldest building on my street. And yeah, you're not leaving. You're not going anywhere. I've got you handcuffed to the bed.
Hey, keep that kinky stuff, you know.
Is that it's after the watershed. It's fine. I'm. What was I saying before I started making sex jokes?
Old buildings.
Yes, old buildings. Like I say,
Yeah.
I am living in a building which is 1650 something, I think.
Yeah.
And like there are buildings in regular everyday use here. There are Tudor buildings and older. They're in everyday use here.
Most village pubs are older than
There has
that.
been a pub on the same site in my village that I grew up in, that I consider my hometown, for the last 800 odd years.
Right.
There is a field not too far from here that some council people wanted to build a new housing estate on, and the locals managed to get the planning permission rejected because that field has been in arable use for 900 continuous years.
The council will still find a way to.
They'll still find a way.
Oh yeah.
It's also a historical iron age fort.
I do get a kick out of watching some of these archaeological digs where they only have 3 days to dig everything up and then put it back, and I'm like,
Yeah. In fact, some of the big problems around here for people that like build their own home or they buy land and they want to do stuff with the land, they get the permission and they start doing stuff, and then they hit like an archaeological discovery, and that's it. Then you gotta go and see what all that is.
You know what
first.
was a really common rumor when we were in school, even though this is the complete wrong country? So many people like in school or whatever, oh, this building was built on an old Indian burial ground, and that's why it's haunted. And everyone would believe this and go, oh shit.
so you had the Indians. The Indians had worked their way all the way up from India.
I guess.
Or,
Yeah,
or do you mean the
was-
American Indians had
I
got
think
crossed
that's
over?
what it's meant to be. I mean,
Either
it's meant to be
way.
some American like folklore.
You're getting this from Scooby Doo, I think, because
Right.
like
Or
every Scooby Doo
Poltergeist,
episode back in
probably.
the day was, oh, this manor house was built on a Native American burial site. Also, I have to fact check Feifel here. The British government has been like continual since the restoration of the crown just after Cromwell.
Now, to your point before, though, I can actually say I can drive right down the street, and there is an ancient Native American.
I thought you were going to say a Walmart.
No, that's that way. No. Sequoia's birthplace is right back behind me, from the Cherokee. Yeah, in fact, just right, not too far away from here, within 5 miles, is it's now flooded, thanks to the TVA. They flooded it back many decades ago. But what they call, where the namesake for the state of Tennessee comes from, which was the Tanasi, which
tribe.
was the meeting place for
Nice.
that's where the name Tennessee originated from, a Cherokee word for here.
Chris brings up a good point. Every now and again, we just find unexploded World War II bombs.
Yeah, no big deal. Well, they kept on doing that back in Florida. They had built this brand new subdivision, and it had been a World War II test range because of the old. It was near the Orlando, where the Orlando National Airport is, right? But it used to be McCoy. It was McCoy Air Force or Army Corps
Right.
base or whatever back in the day, and they had a test area, that they used for
bombs,
training.
yeah,
Now they're dummy bombs, but they're still explosives. And every now and again they would boom.
Wake up!
and,
I
and
need to just very quickly address this. We're still occupied. Carry on.
but
Spicy.
yeah, there was a whole big thing where they had to send out people, and I mean, because this was like a big subdivision they were trying to build, and there was schools and everything, and so it happens here too. It's just
Nice.
it's not because some enemy dropped ordnance on us that never went up. It's the other way. We dropped it on ourselves as test, trying to train.
I'm not sure what the wife is referring to here, but it's funny.
Hmm.
Got a
You never seen
poltergeist.
Poltergeist?
Oh, good film. Good film. Jack doesn't watch movies.
I
I
don't
got an
watch-
idea for Jack. I'm gonna
see,
bring
now
up,
you have
and,
to you
yeah.
have to have him. You have to show it to him.
I don't watch films, but I have seen actual poltergeists.
Well, I
Mm.
saw it. I think I was about 9 years old when I saw it, and
It's
Yeah.
too scary.
go into
I
the
don't
light,
actually remember if I
Caroline.
watched Poltergeist. I can't. I
Wait.
did used to watch a lot of horror movies. I can't
That
remember what
literally
that one
was the premise for the story. Was they in the 80s they were pushing, and they literally built this neighborhood on an ancient Indian burial ground.
Of
Yeah.
course.
Scooby-Doo, where
And-
are you?
And that was the premise for the movie. So and it was haunted.
Well, Jack's got demons and ghosts in his attic or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. They're probably friendly though, like Casper.
Yeah.
Well, they
Of
haven't.
course.
We
they haven't
had
tried to
a
kill me yet.
ghost in one of our old home houses, and very friendly ghost. If you treat them well, they'll treat you well and look after you.
Oh, it was a more okay. You're right. There was another one that was like that too, but that's kind of a trope. That building it on a cemetery
Mm.
or burial.
Trying to find something.
But that's entirely plausible here.
The thing is, this country, I guarantee half our buildings are built on cemeteries, but they're just old Saxon, Viking,
or Neolithic.
Neolithic.
um,
Imagine a caveman ghost. What would he look like?
Probably a caveman.
Captain Caveman.
Yeah, that literally just sprung into my head a millisecond.
Sorry,
before
couldn't help
you said
myself.
that. I've found a good meme. Well, this is a meme that I knew existed beforehand.
Ah, yes.
Oh, that. Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, this place is haunted.
Oh, Ghostbusters show up too. Yeah,
Yeah.
got Sam and Dean Winchester there, and the Scooby Gang.
It's Mystery Incorporated. Thank you.
Oh, is that from the movies? Oh wait, I thought you didn't watch movies.
No. It's like, I watched old Scooby Doo. It's all I watched as a kid was old Scooby Doo. Which is the best Scooby Doo, by the way.
I mean, even I'm not old enough to have seen it in the original broadcast. That was in the 60s.
Oh no, it was
and-
all reruns on Boomerang. You remember Boomerang, Brass?
No.
You never watched Boomerang as a TV channel?
No, I think yeah. I
You remember Fox Kids?
I was always, what was it? I know there was Nickelodeon and there was the other one. What was it
Toonami?
called? Not Toonami, not CNN. I'm thinking the fucking
CNN,
The
Cartoon Network.
Cartoon Network.
CNN.
CNN.
I was
Just
close.
CNN.
CNN, innit?
You're not even American.
Cartoon Network. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. See, when I was a kid, I used to come home from school 3:00 in the afternoon. The cartoons were on. Watch Transformers and GI Joe, and then Saturday mornings, the first cartoon would always be like Bugs Bunny. My dad would get up and watch that, and then the real cartoons that I watched came on.
I was always Ben 10, SpongeBob, and The Last
Ben 10,
Airbender.
really?
Yeah,
SpongeBob.
Ben 10 was great. I fucking love Ben 10.
That just seems a little bit out of our age range. Like I always thought we just missed Ben 10.
I was like 12 when it. Same with Avatar: Last Airbender. I was
Yeah.
still watching cartoons.
And again, one of the reasons that I don't really do TV, I don't really do films or shows or anything, is my little sister kind of owned the TV. She took over it. And then I had 2 younger brothers after that, and I just went into my room, and what I did was read and play video games. So a lot of my entertainment was interactive stuff. It's why I'm so much smarter than Brass. I didn't melt my brain with these terrible shows.
Actually, I was mostly playing Lego.
Actually.
Racing cars in my room.
So
Yep.
Brass, how old were you when Thundercats came out?
He wasn't born.
Yeah.
Am I the old man? I'm the old man here, aren't
No,
I, Dean?
I did Thundercats too, and He-Man, and
Whoa.
yeah.
Before too much. How old did you think Dean was before he said that?
Well, I mean, I met him before, and on last week on Snob, so I figured I know he's older than he appears.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I
would have figured he was your age when I first met him, but then just from the conversation, I picked up contextually that he was closer to our age than your age.
And the hairline. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, my stepson, he was kind of, he was cursed with his father's hair too.
I've got a bit of a widow's peak going on here. Look at this.
Yeah.
It's beginning.
Mm.
My hair's just really thin now.
Oh, Chris was 7 when
very thin right here.
I look back at these old 80s cartoons like Thundercats and He-Man and stuff like that.
Inspector Gadget.
I liked Inspector Gadget.
I loved Inspector
You
Gadget.
know,
I thought
Penny
Penny
always
was
saving
cool.
the day was fantastic.
There are 2 shows that I'm now going to say. I'll be surprised if Death
But
Angel
come on,
knows them.
Chitara was hot.
Who?
Chitara.
I know the name. I can't remember which one that
Is
one was.
that's Thundercats,
Thundercats,
the lady
yeah.
girl, the lady
Yeah.
girl,
Yeah.
the lady girl, annoying. Right, here's 2 shows that I watched growing up.
If you say Blue's Clues,
No, I was a bit old.
I thought my
for that
kid
when that
watched
came
Blue's
around.
Clues.
So first is Danger Mouse.
I love
I
Danger
love
Mouse
Danger Mouse.
and Penfield.
Penfold. I met someone whose name was actually Penfold the other
Oh
day.
no!
Really?
Yeah, he was an older guy, and he was buying some gravel from me. And then in Ben 10 was 2005. That was only 2 years ago. Help!
That's younger than World of Warcraft.
That's a year younger than my little brother, and my little brother is 19.
I
today.
was already married in 2005.
So was I.
Anyway,
I was 11.
the other show, and this is one that no one ever remembers this show when I bring it up.
Darkwing Duck.
I do know Pinky and the Brain, Zavo.
No, Batfink.
That sounds
I
familiar.
think
I've
no,
heard of it.
actually, I think. Hang on, I'm gonna Google that because I'm pretty sure. I think I do recognize that.
Yeah,
I do
I like
actually.
Batfink because he had like the sumo sidekick.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very.
It's a
not
fever dream.
Aggressive.
Yeah, it is an utter fever dream. To think that these things, like you watch it, and it's just, what were they on when they made this? They had like a dartboard.
It was the 60s.
No. It's like they had a dartboard with loads of disparate ideas on there,
Right,
some of which were more
but it was
racist than
it was
others.
the 1960s.
You're putting the Magic Roundabout in that as well, which was fantastic.
I mean, do you remember Hong Kong Phooey?
Yes,
Yeah.
I was literally about to say Hong Kong Phooey.
Yeah.
I'll be honest though, that the best Darkwing Duck was pretty great, but you know what I think it's a bit more recent, but was a really cool show. Captain Duck Dodgers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool.
How
I enjoyed that
about
one.
speaking of ducks? How about Count Duckula?
Yeah.
I never
I
saw that.
loved Count Duckula.
Trapdoor. Trapdoor was
I
one
love
I absolutely
Trapdoor.
loved.
Oh, what a
Yeah.
I
I've
actually
seen a bit of it
finished
now.
watching it recently
Mm.
because I only had like the DVD or video, whatever the fuck it was, VHS.
Yeah.
and it only had a few episodes on it, but I just watched them all on YouTube.
It's bizarre.
I
Really
didn't even
bizarre.
realize there was a season 2. Americans will not know what Trapdoor is.
I do not.
It is, you know, the people that made Wallace and Gromit?
Yeah.
They did horror before they did Wallace and Gromit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like an experiment, like claymation, I think it was, and they went from that to doing Wallace and Gromit. Then, really good show.
It's all about trying to get this person into a trapdoor.
I've not seen much of it, but
Don't ask AI what it is because it tries to describe what a trapdoor is.
Yeah, AI is not so clever.
Scooby Doo was indeed amazing. I love Scooby Doo.
When they went to Scrappy Doo, I lost interest.
Scrappy Doo. I wasn't.
There's a particular villain. I'm going to see if I can find this particular villain that I always remember from Scooby Doo, which actually to this day terrifies me.
I remember Bagpuss and Button Moon.
Bagpuss.
Mm.
Right, see if I can find. Okay, I've found it. I don't think I'm gonna get struck if I share the screen with this. You guys will probably know this villain. Warning, it might be a little loud. Here we go. Oh, Space Kook.
That's the scariest thing I've ever seen.
I know. And that was like, 3-year-old.
That was part of the
Jack
intro
was
too.
Watching that. Yeah,
You
it was.
saw him during the intro. Yeah.
Oh, and then there's the shadow chain ghost. It started playing again.
I was watching Goosebumps recently, and I realized as an adult
it's
how
terrified.
unscary Goosebumps
Yeah.
actually is. But
Yes, Teddy,
as
I
a
remember.
kid, oh god.
And Simon.
Did you ever see that Goosebumps episode where they had there's like a cabin in a woods, and there were some blue Victorian people living upstairs in it, and they would say, "We're coming down," and like all the stuff on the walls would go haywire, and things would fly around the room, and they'd come down the stairs. "We're coming down." Still terrifies me to this day thinking about it. It's probably, if I went back to watch it probably wouldn't scare me at all. But the memory's quite scary.
Mm.
Now, let's see. We used to watch the Great Space Coaster. Of course,
Right.
I used to
Thomas
love.
the Tank Engine, narrated by George Carlin. Wasn't it
But
Ringo Starr?
I'm Ringo Starr. I'm doing Thomas the Tank Engine.
Well, he replaced Carlin, right?
Ringo
Or
Starr.
was he before Carlin? I can't remember.
I can't. I always remember Ringo.
See, my
Ringo
kid,
Starr.
my kid watched Thomas, and he was into trains and all that. And
I had Thomas the Tank Engine wallpaper as a kid.
but the conductor was always which I couldn't believe that. If you think about some of the comedians and the stuff that they did that were kid friendly or kid adjacent, and then you hear their comedy, you've heard George Carlin's comedy, I'm sure, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not clean,
No.
not
Carlin
clean, not safe for
replaced Ringo.
broadcast television.
We're going to have to settle it, though, because Teddy and Shell seem to be giving us conflicting
Well,
information.
whilst you research that, I have another Scooby-Doo monster that I want to show people. And I want to see if the sound triggers more memories, because I did see someone in chat go, "Oh, it's Space Kook."
Yeah.
Here we go.
Everywhere we look, Scoob, giggling green ghosts. Hey, a what?
Okay, I'm gonna stop it there before I get in trouble. But
Yeah,
does
you
anyone-
don't want to get strike for more.
Does anyone remember that?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that particular. I was expecting.
So if you ever want to scare people, all you got to do is throw a sheet over your head, a green sheet or whatever.
I shit you not, shadows are the most terrifying thing in 5th edition.
Oh yeah.
We had to deal
They
with
don't
them.
have sheets over their heads. What are you
They
talking
look
about?
like they do.
They're
They
just
look
a
like
page
they're
of
just.
shadow.
They just look. They just look like they've. Yeah, they look as if they have a sheet.
Do you want to
over
hear
their
a
head.
really scary true story about that happened to me when
Was
I
it
used to
in-
suffer with
was it here?
sleep paralysis?
Oh,
okay?
this one. Okay, yeah. This
Mm.
this
The
one is
last
actually.
episode of sleep paralysis I ever fucking had. Normally, I'd have it, and it's just I'm stuck in bed, and it feels like someone's got in the bed next to me or whatever, and I can't move. And they're like pinning me down with a duvet. Well, this time I woke up, and it was all dark, and the room looked completely normal. You know, I could hear people in the house. I was in like my student accommodations at the time, and I remember like looking to the foot of my bed, and I thought like, that looks like a face over there, but it was just something in my fucking like clothes hanger. And I was like, okay, nothing to think about that. And then I realized I couldn't fucking move. And I was like, oh shit, here we go again. It's fucking sleep paralysis. And then as this is happening, right, it was almost like a guy wrapped in bed sheets, like a full on just dude, just completely wrapped like head to toe, like almost like a mummy, sits up next to me and sort of leans over me and is just sort of like in my face, like mumbling like through the sheets, like he's being fucking like he can't speak. And then all I remember is I was trying to swing for the guy, but I couldn't move.
Fight or flight response activated.
Yeah.
So I looked it up. Ringo was first
Yep.
conductor, then Carlin, but the scariest one is the third one.
Was it Brass's sleep paralysis demon?
No, well, close. Alec Baldwin.
Oh.
Yeah, that would be
Ooh.
scary.
Oh.
I will say I like how we just completely ignored Brass's terrifying, harrowing ordeal.
I'm
to
sorry,
talk about
Brass. I didn't-
Thomas the
It was
Tank
too
Engine.
scary. You know,
It was
we
too
need to move
scary. I
on.
put it. I forgot.
Brass is
Yeah.
way
No,
too
to
young.
be fair,
Hold on.
I don't
Hold
have
on.
nightmares anymore, but when I used to, I got to a point where it was so frequent that I knew I was in a nightmare and I would just charge whatever the fuck demon or like ghost girl with black hair over her face in a abandoned asylum at the end of the corridor. I just fucking charge right at it to get it over with.
Come on, then you want some. It's
It
the
nobody
most
worked, to be
fucking
fair.
insert your hometown name here I've ever heard. I want to say, look, Teddy Rex Brass is way too young to be seeing ghosts and mummies and have his respondents be, "Oh, here we go again."
There's a
I see it.
former prison here that's now also a brewery, or what do they
That's-
call that? A distillery.
We'll get back to your distillery in a moment. Just need to quickly go ahead and shout out $5 dues. Paladin Steve, you got a break? Says hi. Hi, Paladin Steve.
It's good to have a break.
Yeah. Have a Kit Kat.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I love Kit Kats.
Yeah.
Reese's peanut butter cups are better.
Do you know what?
Heat 'em up.
Yeah, I had one and I wasn't that impressed.
With what?
Oh,
Kit Kat or the?
No, the Kit Kat. Loved the Kit Kat. The peanut butter cup. The Reese's.
Did you have it? Was it here?
In the States when I was over there.
So
'cause it had been bigged up as this fantastic, and I love peanut butter, but I found it just a bit too sweet.
you guys think our bread is sweet.
It probably is. It's all
Yeah.
the stuff you put in it.
It's called sugar. No.
And your
It's
orange-
called sugar. Yes.
I mean,
your
look,
bread is cake.
guys, we can't make fun of him because our food is known around the world as
Is bland.
You see, I don't understand it because I really like just a Sunday.
All the best chefs are
dinner.
British.
Oh, you get a good roast, a Christmas dinner. There's nothing better than a Christmas dinner. You know, turkey, all the trimmings, beautiful.
Turkeys for
She's not wrong. My
The
wife has
reason-
had a lot of issues finding
The
peanut
reason
butter.
we have a bad rep for our food is because most of our meals aren't actually meals. They're just things that we just make because we can't be asked to cook. Like beans
Somebody
on
had
toast, for
somebody had
example.
a loaf of bread and they had a can of beans, right? And they're
Yeah.
like, "Hey, let's toast the bread and throw beans on it."
Hold on,
Yeah,
no,
and it
so
turns out it works.
it's delicious.
It does. Mm.
Have you ever had baked beans?
No,
on
I have not.
Oh, it's
Then
fantastic.
shut up.
I don't know if it would work.
I-
with the
I
sweet
would be
American
willing to
bread,
try
though.
them.
That's the thing.
I did. Speaking of getting people to try food, I did torture Vix earlier on because I bought some, those like 2-pack snack pork pies you can get out of Tesco.
Oh yeah,
I had them in the fridge, and I was like, you need to try this, and it took me forever to convince her to have a bite. I don't understand what's wrong with our food. I like it.
But
If you're feeling
your
very
bacon is
daring,
just wrong. Your bacon is totally wrong.
It's different. We have a different.
You
a
don't have.
different
You guys
objective.
call our bacon streaky bacon, I think.
Yes, we do. We have
Yeah,
different
yeah.
objectives with the bacon. Also, there's a lot of different ways of referring to the same thing. I
Well,
found.
and Canadians they don't understand bacon either. So
I mean, I don't understand the sweet breakfasts.
Yeah,
First
no.
time I went to the States and we went to IHOP, and it was waffles and
pancakes.
pancake and ice cream, and it was
cream.
nice.
Ice cream,
Something like that.
whipped cream.
Maybe.
Whipped
I can't
cream.
remember. But I will say that being married to an American has sort of broadened my culinary horizons.
See, I'm not big on. To me, I find pancakes to be dry, even when you soak them in syrup.
Look, that's really I could say something here, but I'm trying to get this right. This is-
Oh, that movie.
I think you've been goaded. The sweet breakfasts, I could do the sweet breakfast on its own. It's when they mix the two together. And I had one breakfast where they gave me this lovely
Sweet and
scrambled
savory.
egg, bacon, and all the rest. And then the pancakes with syrup all on the same plate, all mixing together.
Oh,
And-
my
and
wife
that's it.
does
Fuck
that.
that.
She will put syrup on the whole thing with her. She'll have
Mm.
corned beef hash, which is potatoes and corned beef that's been fried, right?
It's really nice.
and she'll put with eggs over sunny side up,
Mm.
and either sausage or most likely bacon, and then she'll just put syrup over the whole thing, and I'm like, eggs, sweet eggs, no.
No.
I put ketchup
See,
on my eggs. I can't eat eggs.
Britain is
without
good
ketchup.
at a
Mm.
few foods, right? We got the full English breakfast. What a fantastic breakfast!
Oh, yeah.
Even
I
the
would say
Americans
the-
copy it.
The
We've got-
American
get
edition
it
of
a lot
the
of
American edition of hash browns to the English breakfast was a marvelous thing.
It definitely was.
True. We,
Now, I
we do
prefer home
pies
fry,
really
but
well.
Hash browns are
Pies
good.
and pasties, incredible. Because like a lot of our food, bear in mind,
It's keep warm
Victorian-
food.
It's Victorian era, like that sort of thing, and it's just passed down as like a tradition from your grandma to their, that sort of thing. That's why pies, pasties, you got your grandma's recipe, all that.
Mm.
Roast dinners, fucking
Ah.
phenomenal. Fish
Ah.
and chips is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be in other countries because they don't do chips the same way we do them.
No.
And it's
The
the same
fish
reason
is
why
a Greek
beans
style.
on toast don't work in America, because your bread probably doesn't work well with beans.
No.
No, so what you guys are so
They have different things. that
what
they-
you call baked beans, we would just call just beans,
so
because yours is
we
like
had
beans and tomato.
we
Yeah,
had
like tomato.
refried beans and some burritos earlier on. Like, look, I'm eating Mexican food. Well,
Sure.
Mexican food now.
Yeah.
But the baked beans we
Tex-Mex or American Mexican.
Californian Mexican.
yeah. No.
But we like Heinz baked beans is what we mean.
We
when-
can't get them in here anymore. The ones with the blue, the logo
Yeah,
in the blue.
yeah.
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 To be honest, it also depends on the chippy you go to as to how good the chips are.
Yeah.
Most people will sort of have a chippy they swear by. Mine is a few doors down from me on my street, which is a problem because it means we eat there too much.
Very good
So-
chippy though.
So
massive portion.
I would love your chips, but I don't eat fish, so I probably
Well, a lot
you don't have to.
amazingly, a
You
lot of the people that say fish and chips, when they say they're going to get fish and chips, no fish.
No. I don't have
That's the
fish, but I go
general
and get
term.
fish and chips.
Most people in the chippy I work at get a sausage and chips, pie and
Yeah.
chips.
Jumbo
that sort of
sausage.
thing.
I just
Steak,
would
and,
get
steak and
chips and
kidney
chips.
pie is the way to go.
I would do
just
chips and
chips.
chips.
Yeah, yeah.
If you're feeling daring, you get a pot of curry sauce. to pour over it.
By the way, Brass,
Everyone loves
Because that's very traditionally British.
check Windows 11, Brass. I think it might have done the same to you as it's done to me just there.
No, same thing.
Another like traditional sort of English stuff that I do think would be vile. It's kind of our version of escargot, snails.
Ew.
And it's died out now. There's only like one place left in London you can get it. I've never had it. I don't think I ever want to have it. Eels and jelly.
Ugh.
Because a lot of London, along the Thames and all its estuaries, is rife with eels, freshwater eels. And so they would go and catch them by the bucketful, and that would feed the city of London.
I might like it because I like mussels, cockles, things like that.
I like mussels
squid
and
ink.
I like mussels and cockles myself, but eels are something entirely different because they're not a mollusk, are they? They're and it's specifically
imagine they
the
just
eels
taste like a
in
fish.
it's eels in the jelly, and it just looks. It's like a clear jelly, and I'm not sure why. It's when I look at it.
Most seafood looks like shit. To be fair,
Sushi looks pretty nice. I like sushi.
yeah, but that's probably I don't like sushi.
No, but Toad in the Hole. Toad in the Hole came up. Toad in the Hole is fantastic.
Oh, Toad in the Hole, fantastic.
Bangers and mash.
Bangers. Oh, I love bangers.
So
and
what
mash.
is it? What is Toad in the Hole?
So it's sausage with Yorkshire pudding and thick onion gravy or whatever gravy you want.
A Yorkshire
over the
pudding
top.
is like a pastry cup, and it's not sweet. It's savory, and you swamp it in gravy.
You have it with a roast dinner sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, normally a beef dinner.
I mean, if you go to any pub on a Sunday, they are likely going to have a Sunday roast. I mean, I think I really like lamb. Is my favorite meat to roast. Not Vix's favorite. I think we've settled on beef being okay for Vix. She's quite particular when it comes to roasting meat. I've found, but I like lamb. I think lamb is the most flavorful. I also think, and Vix doesn't like this very much, but I am going to say it. I also think that sometimes plain meat, just roasting it and allowing it to cook in its own juices and then you tip the veg into it to roast with it.
Oh,
and
yeah.
sort of simmer in the veg. It's really good. I understand and I actually appreciate a lot the seasonings and herbs that Vix likes to use. I've grown to like them a lot, but sometimes it's nice just to have the meat flavor everything.
Well, one thing Americans do really well with their cooking is meat.
Yes.
I mean, look, I haven't been to America, but every time I see like a Texas barbecue, I'm like, oh my god, look at that.
Well,
That
see,
looks amazing.
and of course, if you appreciate the Texas barbecue, you'll be offending the Tennessee barbecue, or the North Carolina and the South Carolina barbecue, and
Well, I've never heard of those.
And they're all
barbecues,
different.
So they clearly aren't as good.
I was
you'll start a war in the South between the states.
There's a huge barbecue
in
culture,
Alabama.
yeah.
Alabama, they put white sauce on their barbecue.
the only thing stopping the South from rising again is the conflicts over which barbecue is better. Also, my love, I know you like your seasonings. Would you like to season me with a fresh cup of tea?
Yes, I have a guilty pleasure when we subscribe to Netflix called Barbecue Masters, and it's fantastic.
Oh,
you
yeah.
get these barbecuers from all over the America, and they just have this big competition. And seeing how the meat is cooked, and then seeing it just fall apart, my mouth's watering. It's fantastic.
I'm now
all-
just
it cooks
thinking
all night
of
long.
Guy Fieri, Diners, Drives, and
Dives,
Diners, whatever it is.
Diners, driving. Now you got me tongue twisted.
Oh, of course, she fell asleep when I asked for a cup of tea. That's a shame. I kind of look at Guy Fieri. If you take the sunglasses off of him, and then you kind of hold him up to like an artist's interpretation of what a Gallic warrior, like a Celt, would look like. He kind of looks like he would be in one of them those those old books like with like the watercolor pencil drawings of ghouls. Am I the only one that thinks that?
So, eh, yeah, I could see that. I
Because
could
of
see
the
that.
spiked blonde hair, slicked
Yeah.
back. Yeah,
But he's not really naturally blonde like that, is he? That's
I don't
kind of
know.
dyed blonde.
All I know is that he knows the way to Flavortown, and as such, is the one true prophet.
Okay, I know who you're on about now.
Oh, there you go.
I'm afraid to ask what's in the white sauce.
Oh, thank you,
Um,
Tea Fairy.
We did say I could put seasonings in it, so
I said you could season me with a cup of tea.
I don't think I heard that.
Yeah. Yeah, he does a good job of looking surprised.
Guy Fieri always looks surprised that he hasn't had a heart attack yet.
Yeah, that's probably true. That's true.
He reminds me of Obelisk from Asterix and Obelisk.
Oh yeah, when you said Obelisk, I was like the Tormentor, the Yu-Gi-Oh card. Oh no, you mean the famous.
Hergé. He wrote that, didn't he? Along with Tintin.
The only thing that's wrong with Asterix is that it was written by a Frenchman.
True.
But it's a fantastic comic.
Oh yeah,
I just always felt sorry for the poor pirates.
pirates.
Yeah, whenever Asterix and Obelix would go sailing, they'd bump into the pirates, and the pirates would be having this great day, and then next thing you know, it's just their ship sinking as the Gauls sail off past them.
I don't remember any of that. I remember a lot of the Romans, but I don't remember the any pirate episodes.
I have to Google this one. Asterix and Obelix.
Yeah,
I
but
have
Well,
not
you've
seen
never
this.
seen these.
No.
Yeah.
They've got like a magic potion that gives them super strength.
Getafix does their potions.
Get a fix. I never noticed that. I never noticed that. Is Alyssa Hazel still around, by the way? Because we've still got like there's 19 people watching on YouTube. If you haven't yet, do go ahead and like the stream. Perhaps consider sharing the link around to your friends and family. Get your nan in here, and we'll see if we can get a couple more subscribers before the night. I don't think we're going to hit 1,000 tonight. Sadly, we kind of stalled on 988, but that's fine.
Yeah.
I think you're going to have to start an early stream and try and really hit the American market. About 4 o'clock in the morning, Jack.
Yeah, you know what? I think that's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get up early tomorrow, and I'll try.
No.
See, one thing that does work in my favor is being over here is that I'm one of the only people doing this kind of thing.
Chris is right. One of the episodes, they scuttled their own ship, but I'm pretty certain that when the pirates were first met, the ship was sunk by Asterix and Obelix. And it kept happening. So there was one comic where the pirates saw them coming along and just sank their own ship.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
I heard them.
Oh,
talking about
there you
doing
go.
it as
She
well,
speak of the devil and she shall appear. She does this a lot. Have you noticed that whenever we mention Alyssa, she just kind of appears?
Well, it's the double S in her name, the way it squirms around. I'm sure she'd made some Faustian pact with some dark entity somewhere.
I made a similar joke a long time ago about her meme magic. There you go, Alyssa. Yeah, I think I've just managed to cut my forehead. How the hell?
What did you do?
What have you done?
Someone rewind the stream and find the exact moment.
Where did he do that?
I'm just spouting blood.
Oh God.
That's against TOS, that is.
Yeah, it's TOS. I don't know how this happened. I'm just gonna. Am I allowed to put blood on streams? I don't know. Don't know what happened there. It's just leaking all of a sudden. How strange.
Would you have like a bug bite or something that
Maybe
you
a small
scratched?
scab? Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Very strange. Thank you, my love.
Here, have some water to get the blood off your face.
Yeah, thank you.
You're gonna get like trigger warnings on your.
Yeah, I'm gonna get. This is violent gore. Can't watch this. Can't advertise this. channel banned just before monetization.
Got a nick, and
No, I think it's still bleeding there, Jack.
Yeah, fine.
You're fine.
Tis only a flesh
Wear a
wound.
headband,
Yeah,
you'll be all right.
it's minor.
Yeah, I talked ill of Alyssa, and my forehead started bleeding.
Told
Yes.
you. Told you.
Yeah.
It's only a matter of time for you then, Dean. Run while you can.
Oh, it's the two S's. They just squirm and worm, and there's something about it.
You guys are going on midnight here soon, huh?
We are, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
1:45. I don't mind. We'll
It's
go
not that-
for a bit longer.
That's not too bad. That's not too late for people. I get up at 11 in the morning, so I get up just before 11.
Still going. Look at that.
Yeah, you're not on blood thinners, are you?
No.
I didn't think you were old enough for that yet.
What it is, I had a really good idea. It was just a bit too much. Don't mind me, guys. It's just this is now a snuff stream. I'm just gonna drop dead.
Please don't.
Did Brass die?
Yes.
Did he faint from seeing the?
My,
Yes.
my forehead's also. I'm gushing blood all everywhere right now.
She missed Dean and got you.
It's like someone's just stabbed me in the head.
Speaking of stabbing, bloody hell! It won't stop. Help! Speaking of stabbing, there was a really funny thing that happened last night during Brass's D&D game, and that is we ambushed two assassins, beat the shit out of them, and they had a vial of wyvern poison, which we gave to Baby DM's character, who ended up in a one-on-one fight with the henchman of the bad guy at the dungeon, who was also using wyvern poison. And he stabbed Baby DM's character. The wyvern poison took effect and left Baby DM on 2 hit points. Baby DM then stabbed the guy with wyvern poison as well, and left him on 2 hit points. And the guy, like the NPC, said, "You've gotten strong. You fight well." And I just said, all they've done is poisoned one another. Here it is. It's
Hello.
There she
hello. Tell you what,
Sorry,
you-
the barn isn't quite painted today. So this is I'm exposing myself as being like an actual woman today. No,
I see video
nothing on
games in
here.
the background.
Yeah.
Well, now I'm
this
not the
is-
only yank on anymore.
Yeah. Well, technically, I brought 2 with me because my husband's booting up Tarkov right now. So if you hear swearing all of a sudden, don't hold it against him. I think Tarkov is his.
Is it his release?
Yeah, I don't know why it would be a release. It's kind of
It's
it seems
brutal
like-
from what I know of it.
It seems like a masochist's playground, but
We should tell Baby Dem about it, bro.
Oh yeah, you love that, yeah.
well, the funny thing about Tarkov, I've never played it, but I think it can be summed up with what a quote from a developer, from a thank you, a quote from a developer said in the production of it. He said he wanted to create a game that was, and I quote, not happy and not fun.
And then it's sold out.
And so whenever that's now added into my lexicon of things I like saying to my
Oh.
Not
husband.
happy, not fun.
He's like, this is not happy, not fun.
This does not spark joy.
Yeah,
Um,
basically.
Ashray's here. Hi, Ashray.
He's been here a while.
Has he? How long has he been here?
The
Oh,
whole
is it that-
stream.
Well, he had a little wrench next to him. I assumed you guys knew he was there.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
he
he's a mod.
joined.
I just has he been here the whole stream? I
He
feel really
joined
bad
when
now.
I was talking about my sleep paralysis because he came in and was like, I have no context for what we're talking about other than nightmares.
That's really funny because what you might not have been listening then, Alyssa. Brass told us a really harrowing sleep paralysis demon story, and then we immediately started talking about Thomas the Tank Engine as if
Wow.
he'd never said anything.
Well, well,
I mean, the two
while-
are related.
from the time of my last comment to now, essentially, my husband's gotten home. I fed him dinner. We've moved the computer equipment from the office that's going to become the nursery to a new office that's in another room in the house. So it just a lot scuttling around in the background between stuff, and then I hop back on it, and you guys mentioned me, and I'm like, oh well, I'm still here.
It has been a little while since we've got to chat to you. So how is things? Because there's been a lot of fat toad memes.
I'm feeling it. The babies have started kicking, and I've
I'm sorry, babies.
the baby, not twins.
I was going to say. Oh.
Little,
Well, it's more of the
possessive, not plural.
possessive. The baby has started kicking. It's basically been the fat toad meme. I've been ambling along. I'm carrying not to maybe trigger somebody in the audience. I'm carrying almost 20 pounds more than I'm used to. So I'm like breathing heavy and moving like a sumo wrestler. And I go up the stairs and I'm like, like I was on the phone with the guy who does accounting for us the other day, and I'm like, I get off hold and I'm like heavily breathing from going up the stairs. I'm on a hold. And I'm like, I'm not dying. I just need to catch my breath.
It's the opposite of dying, actually. It's life.
Yeah.
I am still springing a leak here. What the hell happened?
That's...
What magic did you cast upon me, Alyssa?
Well, it could be that your skin's just dry or you're stressed or something. You might need to get some of that.
Mac.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stress going around. By the way, you've not met Death Angel, have you?
We've. If you're active on Twitter, we might have bumped into each other at some point, but
It's possible then.
He does sci-fi TV with like the Babylon 5 crowd.
Hey, nice. I have a currently unused set of Babylon 5 that I haven't yet watched, but I've heard it's highly wonderful and recommended.
Yeah, we're in the middle, maybe 2/3 through now, the second season.
Nice.
If you've not, you could certainly binge it and catch up with us.
Yeah.
More than welcome.
Well,
we always have an open seat, right, Dean?
Yeah,
Even if
we
you have to
do.
get up at 4 a.m, like
Oh no. Around 7:30 at night, I hit a wall at this point, and I'm like, I'm gonna go to sleep, and then I might wake up in the middle of the night and catch part of a stream, but I have to go back to sleep.
We start 11 my time. I'm Eastern,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, I'm Eastern as well, so
But Sci-Fi Snob, it's his stream on his channel.
Do you want to link it in? Do you want to link it in chat, Death Angel?
Oh yeah.
You can put it in the public like YouTube chat if you want, just in case, just on the off chance someone here doesn't watch it.
If I drop it in that though, isn't it gonna nix it?
I can put it in there if you want. If you want to drop it in our private chat in Restream.
Yeah. Give me a second,
and I'll stick it in there for you because it keeps coming up. We may as well plug it. I am still bleeding.
What did you do to yourself?
I just sprung a leak about 10 minutes ago. There we go. I will pop that. Do you have that prepared?
Yes.
Hey, listen, I respect the hustle. I'm currently trying to both finish up the marketing run for my previous release book and do the marketing, help out with the marketing for the Battleborn Indiegogo project. I'm glad to see you guys. You got a nice chat with Sean going.
Yeah, I need to do more with him.
He is just seems to be very on top of it and very, very brilliant in terms of sword and sorcery stuff.
The real issue is, as always, with me and anyone over there, is time zones. Like, I'd love to have you on Tittle more, but obviously you're damn busy and also pregnant and exhausted.
Well, the thing about it is, at 4 p.m. Like normally I should be fine, but it's just hit the last couple of weeks of scheduling issues.
Yeah, well, it happened. Anyway, neither here nor there. No, I do think Battleborn is great. I wanted to fund it more, but is no European shipping yet, sadly.
Yeah,
I don't want to copy you down. So tell you what, Alyssa, if you wouldn't mind, funding it on my behalf, and I give you the cash, could you post me a copy of the mag?
Well, right now they're doing digital copies too. I think there is a digital
Thank
version
you.
of stuff.
Appreciate it.
But I mean, maybe I'll have to look at it. But it's no, I'm excited to be.
Digital is one thing, but I like them.
Yeah, no, I feel that for me, not to bring it to maybe a different conversation topic entirely. I have found that I do nonfiction pretty well in like audiobook format. Like I like that. I like having it as a podcast. But if it's fiction or something of that ilk, like some type of prose, I need a paperback. Like
I'm kind of the opposite. I like to listen to. I was on Bill's stream earlier, and we had this conversation. So it's weird that it comes back up.
Yeah.
Oh, see you, Ashray. And tell you what, before we get too far into this, Jeff from Denkar for $5 dues, Canadian. Jake, you and the wife should watch Babylon 5 and do it. It's not as bad as people on the phone who always think I'm telling them my name is Jeff. You and the wife should watch Babylon 5. Your name is Jeff, yeah. I do a series of videos on your reactions. One of the sci-fi shows, maybe. Let's quickly go around the table with a question here. Like it's a mini tittle episode now.
Okay.
Audiobooks. I make good use out of audiobooks because I work full time in a sort of a job that allows me to have good portions of time where I'm just on my own doing stuff. Bill, do you want to come in? Yeah, there you go.
Wow.
Okay, invite me,
Wow.
you coward. Great. You know what? Just for that, no.
That's what you get. Honestly, I don't blame you. Bill keeps recommending things to me that make me cry, and that's just not acceptable. No, like he recommended a video about the 442nd Infantry Division in World War II.
Oh, that's where you got that from.
Was that one that like the whole division was pretty much lost or something?
No. It was okay, this is like a rabbit hole thing, so I'm gonna try to like condense it into 5 minutes. But okay, here we go. Okay. So essentially in World War II, America was at war with the Japanese. So there was the internment camp period where pretty much the government told all of its Japanese citizens of anyone of Japanese ancestry that they had to sell their homes and businesses and basically report to these internment camps. So with Hawaii was one of the few exceptions because their population was about 40% Japanese ancestry. And they're like, this is going to crash our entire economy if we do that. So we can't do that. So what ended up happening is that they were removed from the military, and the Japanese citizens were like, no, we're Americans. We love America. We believe in America. We want to do something for this war effort. So they volunteered to just do the worst of the worst kind of grunt stuff. And eventually they were recognized as, because they were doing like the worst jobs, like laying pavement, like manual labor, that kind of things, and doing it because they wanted to contribute. They wanted to prove that they were American. We love our country. So eventually they gave them special permission to form a division of the infantry where it was all Nisei Japanese, which means they were second generation. So basically the children of immigrants who'd come over. And they, because it's a really excellent story. There was a point where they ended up becoming one of the most decorated infantry divisions in the entire World War II history, due to their contributions to the war effort. And they were called, their tagline was "Go Big or Go Home," because they were literally the group that you sent in because they would take any challenge, they would go in, and they would do their best with whatever happened.
That kind of reminds me of Black northern regiments
Yeah.
in the U.S. Civil War. They had
Yeah.
more to fight for, more to prove.
Yeah. And this is the part that made me cry, though. And I'm probably going to start crying on stream, so please be prepared.
Everyone get ready.
Okay. So they were not allowed to have a Japanese overseer, like a leading kind of commander figure. So either it was usually like someone who was white, but they had one guy named, I hope I get his name right, Hai Ok Kim, who was of Korean descent. And the government came to him and said, listen, we know that the Koreans and the Japanese aren't really getting along right now. Do you want to move to another division? And this guy said, and I quote, we're all Americans. We're all fighting for the same thing. And I like, it just hits
Getting ready to right now. I can see it.
Well, it just,
Yep.
Patriotism.
I mean, it's a patriotism, but it's like you
Yeah.
look at how divided everything is right now, and when you go back, it's just like how proud all of them were, despite the issues that were going on. They were proud to be American, and they were proud, and they wanted to prove it through their actions and their words. And it's just like,
This stream is brought to you by His Majesty's British Broadcasting Corporation.
and I'm just like, this
It's
is
like-
just amazing. But I've been on like a history kick recently because I realized that most of my relaxed stuff that I use as white noise is kind of trash. It's mostly like YouTube drama, like fluff. Like what stupid stuff is going on TikTok. So I'm like,
fill it
maybe
with something a bit more
Yeah,
edifying.
yeah.
But,
So-
now that Bill's it. Hi, Bill.
Hi, Bill.
Hello.
And right after that, this man,
Me.
Bill Sylvie, the Dungeon Delver, recommends The Whole Wide World, which is a romance drama based on Robert E. Howard's life. And I know it ends horribly, Bill, because we know what happened to Robert E. Howard.
Yes.
Why would you recommend me a love
He
story
enjoys
involving
suffering.
his?
It's a romance
life.
movie.
And I'm
You
also
wanted
trying.
something you'd love.
And now,
And it's
now
about
I'm
Robert
trying to
E.
figure out.
Howard.
Now I'm trying to figure
Okay,
out.
okay. Listen here. Right. That's it. We're not having a domestic on my stream. Thank you. Look, I'm going to ask my question. I'm going to ask my question. We're going to go through because Bill, we were talking about oral traditions earlier on.
Hey,
in terms of like the Iliad and the Odyssey, and also
you sure you want to do this with
Tolkien's
Alyssa
Lord
here?
of
But I mean, you know,
the
it's-
Rings. I'm going to kick you.
Wow.
And how some stories are better listened to than read. And I think you can make an argument for Tolkien and possibly Howard because of how flowery the language is and how you can really sort of play with the way these words sound. They're very poetic. Very
you
much.
know, you're absolutely right. And everybody here has seen The Whole Wide World, right? We've all seen it.
No.
I don't watch things.
The hell is wrong with you people?
Do you want the list?
I didn't even know it existed until.
Oh,
you
hi,
said
Ryan.
it.
How are you?
Anyway,
Oh, by the way, now that we've got such basically a pre-tittle going on, if you guys wouldn't mind taking this particular YouTube link that I'm going to drop in the live chat and spreading it around places, that'd be great because at present we are on, refreshing the page, 988 subscribers.
Wow.
12 people to go, everyone. 12 people to go. And I
yes.
wonder if we go for another 30 minutes or so, if we can hit that 1,000 subscribers. We shall see. But no, my question here is,
But
What-
my answer to your question is
I haven't asked the question.
You're asking about oral tradition
I-
and whether it's written or oral.
Bill, let the man. It is his channel.
He's
Share, Bill. Share the stream.
Look,
Ian, I haven't had Bill on
my
yet.
mom instincts are already coming out. There's enough of the channel for everyone to have a piece.
But it's mine.
Hmm.
Try this bit, Brit. Persuade me. No. So the question I was going to ask, and you can go into your bit about oral tradition in a moment after I've asked Delva, but I'm going to make you go last. What stories other than Tolkien and Howard are best listened to, as in listened to, not watched, listened to, other than say like the Odysseys and things? What modern sort of fantasy stories or sci-fi stories are best
Modern.
listened to? I would say Tolkien and Howard are fantastic for that. And we will then go upwards. We'll climb the ladder. So, Jeff,
Wait, me? Oh,
you're the one that proclaimed that you were Jeff, and I did say
well, I
Jeff
am Jeff. Yeah, that's my name. I don't hide it.
first. Of his name.
You know, you say modern and then you say Tolkien, and I'm like, because I'm thinking probably a lot of the fairy tales would be best
Yeah.
spoken.
That's fair.
You know, I mean, that's kind of the way, at least, you know, we all grew up hearing them. Although, the original forms of the Grimm's fairy tales are probably a little more scary.
Read better.
Read better. What?
Scary. Read better.
But I would point out that there is a difference between listening like to an audiobook and reading the book.
Very much so.
They register in different parts of your brain.
Yeah, very much so.
And I can enjoy listening to an audiobook, but I think I get more from reading it, if that makes sense, from reading an actual book.
Very much so. It does indeed activate different parts of the brain, which is why, actually, on Tittle last week, during Brass's rant against artificial intelligence, I brought this up, that different parts of your brain are activated when you actively engage with with text on the page, as to when you're listening to it. So what I mean isn't that, yes, you can get more out of reading. I agree, but if there was a story that, in the old traditions of sitting around a campfire and you're being told the story, one of those where the imagination just runs away with you rather than having to concentrate on the reading.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's a lot of stories like that. I mean, a lot of the Native American tribes didn't have a written language until many, many years later. So a lot of their stories were just oral.
Indeed. And that's what I'm trying to get across, is that there are things you can get out of the shared experience. I hate that kind of terminology.
Yeah.
Of sitting around and having the story told to you by a skilled orator.
I do like Jim Butcher's books when they're read by Spike.
I'm quite a fan.
If anybody gets that reference.
I am quite a fan of The Legend of Drizzt, as narrated by Victor Bevin. That I find really good. Alyssa?
For me personally, I really, my audiobook listening usually consists of, like I mentioned before, nonfiction books. The last audiobook that I listened to that was was a fictional book was a version of the Odyssey as read by Sir Ian McKellen. And that was very good. I actually recently discovered that Spotify has audiobooks on it available if you have the premium membership, and I want to take more advantage of that, because they do have the Andy Serkis version of the Silmarillion actually on there as well. So I want to take advantage of that. I like audiobooks as nonfiction because I can treat them like a podcast in a sense. And I feel like I can work and do it at the same time. A good example of it, love him or hate him, I started reading The 12 Rules of Life by Jordan Peterson. And it's a very good book. I would recommend it. Even if you disagree with it, I think it's good to read and understand where he's coming from, especially his early work. But I have it for like $10, and I have audiobooks, so it might be a British versus US thing, but I can get it for like $9 for Spotify. But the one thing I noticed is that I was having a hard time getting through the book, and it could just be that I'm not used to that kind of level of technical writing, because it's very you don't often encounter that kind of thing.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Even the greats don't like. But when I was listening to it as an audiobook, I was like, okay, I'm listening to a Jordan Peterson lecture. Like I could sit down and I listen.
He has his voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can listen to a large portion of it while I'm driving or like on a road trip and kind of digest what he's saying as he's saying it and kind of get it a little easier. I do think there's some audiobooks where audiobooks just would not work. A good example of it, more modern, is going to be The House of Leaves. If anyone's read it, have you guys?
Yeah, I know House of Leaves, and that would be an incredibly difficult audiobook to do because the book is non-linear.
Yeah,
the book is literally non-linear.
Well, it's like 3 different narratives told at once. One of the narratives is primarily in the footnotes of the other narrative, and then another portion of it is the
a cat.
Like the actual prose itself shifts and moves on the page, and then sometimes it's blank, and then sometimes
the visual on the page is part of the medium.
Yeah. And kind of going on a reverse point, when something I learned about writing because of having 2 of my books adapted into audiobook is that it is very difficult to differentiate thought versus spoken word in audiobooks.
Yes, because you can't like italicize or
right.
Yeah.
I actually changed how I approached the prose in the second initiative, and because of that, because I wanted it to translate a little bit better to an audiobook. So I did less of internal thought and translated it more into like the prose, and kind of had a little bit more, because I knew I was going to do another audiobook adaptation, and I wanted it to be better and translate a little bit better.
So you've actually had sort of direct experience of how do we do audio compared to
the guy who did my book, shout out Son of Sonnet, he's fantastic, he's just a really great guy. He did a great job with the book. When I was listening to it, I'm noticing, okay, this is where, because of the text itself, it is difficult to differentiate in some places. Oh, this is like if someone's talking to someone and then has an internal thought, it's like, okay, is this spoken aloud? Is this in somebody's head? So it's like Dabbling Warlock said, that's the jiggering the audio. But if you are doing it kind of lower budget, so to speak, and you don't like anticipate having to do that, or you don't think about it ahead of time, that can run into like a little bit of an issue.
You could use like an echo effect, I suppose, in the recording, so it sounds more like it's in your head, something to distinguish it from the regular narrative.
I don't really remember the last time I engaged with a long with a long work that made use of internal monologues all that much outside of. I mean, there in the Legend of Drizzt, which I did a lot of audiobooking because I was working 90-hour work weeks, so I would be working whilst listening to these. And there's chunks in the between parts of the narrative, which is him talking directly to the reader. I guess a lot of the fantasy stuff I read is less internal monologue and more.
Well, I will say, not to describe my work as modern, because I feel like it's antithetical in a lot of ways to some modern stuff. I think internal monologue as italics is something that is a very modern concept that came along in the age of, and this is a whole nother kind of conversation topic, so we can skip on in like 30 seconds. But I think that's a product of literature, like short form literature being done online. I hate to say like a product of fan fiction and Wattpad, but there is probably some some roots to that being brought in. Like I don't want to.
Let's. We are gonna have to move on a little bit. But Brass and I we went to the same creative writing course, and there was a lot of Wattpad and Tumblr level writing in there.
Really? Oh man.
Yeah.
Right, we'll have to go a bit quick. So I do have to work in a few hours. So no. I mean, I shouldn't be doing this tonight anyway. It's not good for my schedule, but why not? Brass, books or stories that you think would go well or better as listening to rather than reading?
No fucking clue, because the only audiobooks I've ever listened to are The Lord of the Rings and a few of the Drizzt ones. Now, what I will say is I did try to listen to other audiobooks, and it doesn't matter how well written the book is, if the narrator's not good, it's unlistenable. Okay? So I think that's a downside to audio. Now, obviously, the plus side, as you said, Jack, if you work in 90-hour weeks, you can listen to an audiobook on the go. You can't read a book on the go necessarily. But I think there's just something lost in writing in prose nowadays. I mean, not a lot of books did this even back in Tolkien's time, but like, I think writers should embrace writing as a kind of art form, where the style of writing itself, like you can have things in the margins, you can have, there's even like illustrations, things like that.
In the footnotes.
It convey because again, we learned in creative writing that you've got to streamline everything.
We learned shit in creative writing.
No adjectives, none of that shit. You know, everything's got to be concise and to the point, which I guess is technically good advice because no one has a fucking attention span nowadays. But at the same time, writing it's a dying medium, and I don't really want to take the sage advice of the gatekeepers of a dying industry. So I'd rather learn from the old ones, to be honest.
Someone please quote him on that. That went hard. I don't want to take the sage advice of the gatekeepers of a dying industry. I'd rather go to the old ones. Someone quote him on that and tag him in a tweet, because that was brilliant.
At some point, not tonight, because Jack's looking tuckered out. And he might need to go to the ER if that thing's still bleeding. we're gonna have to do a convo about like how
do you write?
Well, not just how you write, but how writing has been affected by modern kind of consumption.
That could be not this week, but that could be a tittle episode the week after. That could be fun.
I'm gonna mute myself. I think he's, but yeah.
He's on the left. He's got an AR. Dean.
Yes, I love my audiobooks purely because, being dyslexic, it takes me a long time to read a book.
I'm right there with you.
Yeah. However, I'm also with Brass. The narrator makes the biggest difference in whether it's easy to follow the audiobook or not. And there was one I tried to get into, and it was Ayn Rand's Fountainhead, and the narrator was terrible. Just couldn't get into it. So I'm going to have to go back to the book on that one. But I was thinking one of the ones that's really surprised me is Warhammer 40k. I'm doing the Heresy, the Horus Heresy. And I always loved the Warhammer books, but I found, and I've read a few, but I found the narrating of a Warhammer book, it actually brought me into the action, the way, the inflections on the words, the brutality of the world. It really did bring me into the story, and I felt it was a better experience having it narrated to me than reading it from a book, where it felt a little bit flat on the book. And the other one that I really liked, and it's because they used several narrators, Dune. The book Dune, and Dune has a lot of the internal monologue and stuff like that. And again, they used a slight change to the voice when it's the person thinking as opposed to the person talking, and having different people talking the different roles really brought the book alive. I absolutely loved listening to that. When would you move on to Messiah, though? Messiah is quite a dry book, and it's hard going. And talking of, just to finish off, talking of Lord of the Rings, Silmarillions as an audiobook is hard going because there's so much information in there that just listening to it, it doesn't go into the brain. And then you're hearing a name pop up again and you don't know who that person is in context with. And it's the Silmarillions. I've read the book on holiday once. Fantastic book, really interesting. Tried to refresh my mind on it and an audiobook, and no, it's no good.
The parts of the brain weren't lighting up that you needed to light
Right.
up.
They weren't forming the connections. Yeah. So there we go.
Bill, bring us home because I want to go to bed.
Are we still on? I'm sorry.
Yeah. What, huh?
Anyway, no. I've been listening. I've been listening to everyone, and yeah, I mean, you all made better points than I could. So I'm just going to approach this from UGG Beat Rock Together consumer standpoint and say that it all comes down to the person reading it. I had a buddy of mine who used to drive like hundreds of miles. Like he would go visit his dad in upstate New York, and he flew into New York City and then would drive like 500 miles or something insane like that to further upstate New York to where his father actually lived. And so he was big into books on tape, and this is back in the 1990s, and he pushed them on me, and so I was like, okay. And one of those sets of books that I got him reading was Fred Saberhagen's Berserker. If you don't know, basically, we encounter some very unhappy von Neumann machines in like the late 21st, or not, like the late 2200s or something like that, and the books chronicle in short story forms. They don't really have like he did write novel length books, but he did write a lot of anthologies. So Jason was like, oh yeah, this is great, I love this, I'm going to get all these on tape, and you can listen to them, or I can listen to them, and I'll tell you how they are. So he was so happy, he was so pleased, and when he got back, he was like, hey, I've got a week left on these. If you'll take them back to the library for me, listen, enjoy, thank you. I love Saberhagen's Berserker stories. Now, the voices of the Berserkers were described by Saberhagen when they learned how to speak in English. It was from captured humans that they tortured to get them to make sounds or say words or stuff like that, and the Berserkers would just chop up all those phonemes and string them together to talk. So it was this really disjointed, up and down kind of robotic voice when they would communicate with humans. The person reading the tape had the most ridiculous voice that he basically would just do this high-pitched falsetto when he was, and it made it entirely unlistenable, because I always thought it as like this sinister, creepy, like we've all played Portal or at least seen clips of it. GLaDOS's voice, like I didn't realize it at the time, but that was kind of what I had always kind of thought of the Berserker's voices as being, and it just killed it for me. I was just like,
that's a shame.
Yeah,
that sounds like a really cool concept. It reminds me of two things: the music slaves in Elric, and another thing.
The Kenku do that.
And that's not what I'm thinking of, but there is another. It reminds me of the demons from Frieren. Frieren?
Yeah, they
using language.
I haven't seen it, but I do know that they only talk and say nice things to humans because it's a lure.
They don't know what they're saying. Yeah.
Exactly. Anyway, so that's an example of bad.
Bloody hell, Fievel is still here. She's been here since the start. We've been going 2.5 hours.
An example of absolutely phenomenally good. Yeah, but Fievel sticks around on my streams, and sometimes I don't start till 9 o'clock U.S. Eastern. But on the flip side, really good was what the year after Star Wars came out for Christmas, I got The Story of Star Wars on 8-track tape, and it's an hour-long. They cut together audio from the movie, but largely the stuff that you can't see that's going on, and to make it not be like a 2-hour 8-track tape, which you couldn't really do and fit on a single tape back then. They got an absolutely brilliant actor, a man named Roscoe Lee Brown. And I'm going to guess that most of you guys haven't, but Alyssa, have you seen the John Wayne movie, The Cowboys?
I have not.
Yeah, I do recommend it. It won't make you cry.
He says this, and then
You cried.
I'll cry.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Roscoe Lee Brown was in it. He plays the camp cook for John Wayne is basically taking a bunch of very young men on a cattle drive. It's great. But Roscoe Lee Brown narrated this thing, not just because it was Star Wars, but because I loved hearing him tell the story. When that thing would click over to track 1, I would just sit there and cross my little arms, sitting in my rocking chair in my bedroom, and wait for it to start over again. I listened to it 3 or 4 times on a weekend day.
Lovely.
It was just amazing. Now, granted, that's not necessarily an audio book, but it is an oral retelling of a film, and
It's enough.
and with intercut dialogue from the movie. But I mean, when the Falcon jumps out of hyperspace into the debris of Alderaan, slowly expanding out into the vacuum. Here's Roscoe Lee Brown telling us what's happening when the Falcon is a little tiny grain of sand sized ship being pulled inexorably into the Death Star shortly thereafter, and that music swells, the John Williams music, and it's really impinging on you. You don't have this Titanic image up on a 70-foot wide movie screen. You've got this stentorian voice of Roscoe Lee Brown. The Millennium Falcon is being pulled inexorably towards the huge mammoth doors of the miles-wide space station. And as a kid, I was just
the
like,
imagination, man. It works every time.
again. And I absolutely adored it.
Is there a Hobbit version narrated by Spock?
I'm sorry, is there a what?
A Hobbit version narrated by Spock, says Fifo.
Well, there was a song.
He did a song. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, okay. Whoa. So, look, I
But
think the Star Wars thing is a great
Hmm.
sort of final note, and I don't want to cut you too short, Bill.
no, I
Well,
understand. It's
before we end,
4
I did
o'clock in the
actually-
morning where you
Oh,
are.
go on then, Brett.
I did actually think of one story that might be better listened to than read. I have no mouth and I must scream. Because I haven't read it, so I don't know what it's like, but I was listening to the monologues earlier, apparently voiced by the guy who wrote the book or something.
Ellison, Harlan
yeah.
Ellison, and yes, his
And-
read of it is chilling.
Yeah, the way the monologue goes, I can't imagine that that's better in text form than the way it was spoken. So there we are.
I think that's a really good one to end on. I will say, Ryan Lopez, here's the quick story. The Roman culture didn't want Greek decadence. Little history spin-off before I end. He's actually right. There were actually factions in ancient Rome after they took over the Greek peninsula, because Rome used to be quite stodgy, and the idea of the Roman woman was this matriarchal, dour, conservative lady. And then after the Greeks kind of got conquered, but so conquered Rome, that's when you started getting the orgies. I am going to end it there. Thanks everyone for popping in.
Yeah.
Jeff, you've been here for hours. Thank you.
Hey, my pleasure.
Brass, Dean, you had no choice. Thanks for popping in. And Bill, this is the second time we've spoken to each other tonight. Actually,
Yeah, I
This is
caught.
good.
I saw it was on, but I was in between working, and I was like, "Oh man, I gotta go check that out."
it was
What is
purely-
what is Delver doing on? Wait a second, that's Jack.
That's what I said. It's like, oh well, Bill's on, and I'm awake, and now it turns out I'm awake now anyway. Good night.